is On Air with Mike Allen. Of course, I'm not Mike Allen, but I'm here to ruin his ratings. This is Matt Hasley, host of Straight Talk. I am guest hosting for On Air with Mike Allen tonight. So make sure you tune in. We're going to talk about... Come back again. My balls are flat. We're going to talk about Deflategate, of course. NFL draft coming up this weekend. NHL update. Major League Baseball. Election 2016. Cruz eliminated. So I'll pick a running mate. So make sure you tune in for On the Air with Mike Allen. Because you're on the air.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Hey, Joe Rocks, it's Louis Avis, straight from Chi-Town. Call and talk about our website, www.hotsaucevault.com. We got everything you can think of out there, Joe. The hottest hot sauces, not for wimps, mild, medium sauces. We got barbecue sauces, snacks, some of our gift ideas and gag gifts, so you can go out and check us out at www.hotsaucevault.com. Hope to talk to you again on your radio show. Kick-ass show. Had a great time last week. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care, Joe. hotsaucevault.com.
Tune in every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Straight Talk with Matt Hasley. Live audio on TuneIn Radio and Spreaker.com. Plus live video on Ustream.tv. From the demented minds at ArmedRadioGlobal.com.
Are you hangry? Know the signs. Uncontrollable yelling.
Why aren't you egg rolls?
Hallucination.
Sushi.
Pants discomfort.
I hate you, pants.
Hangry. It can happen to anyone. Fortunately, there's E24, the app that tells hunger to shut up.
Egg rolls. Thanks, Snoop.
E24. In my medical opinion, it's the best way to order food online, baby.
Hey everybody, Mike Allen here. You can hear me live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on TuneIn Radio. Or you can visit my website at www.ontheairwithmikeallen.com for more showtimes, updates, and replays. So remember, every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, On the Air with Mike Allen, right here on Armed Radio Global.
So seductive. I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop. Go, go, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
I'll take you to the candy shop.
Yeah.
One taste of what
And we're back. If you haven't noticed by now, I'm going to do is ruin the ratings. So, no, a lot of things going on in the news. Sporting-wise, I can't believe it's back again. Tom Brady, God, give it a rest. You know, the thing I have a problem with it, you know, if he would have been busted hands down. But when you don't have any evidence against the guy to prove definitively that he did something, and they still want to do it. They came out with an article. This is actually a Breitbart article, and it was 25 ways that the NFL slimed Tom Brady. It says, and this is just getting the headlines from it. Roger Goodell called Ted Wells independent until he called him his lawyer. Roger Goodell repeatedly touted the independence investigator Ted Wells, but when Tom Brady's lawyers asked Wells questions about his independent investigation, he asserted attorney-client privilege half a dozen times during the league appeal. Brady's lawyer highlighted the conflict of interest. He said Mr. Wells just testified he was independent and the NFL was not his client. Jeffrey Kessler noted, therefore, Mr. Jeff Pash communication with him should not be privileged under any possible application of the privilege. So, and then another one was the NFL does not know the pregame pressure of the game balls. Have no idea what they were beforehand. You don't know if they were set wrong to start with. To say that he purposely let the air pressure out. Said the NFL disregarded the testimony of referee of the AFC Championship game. Said also Wells used amateurish photographic trickery. Says Wells botched basic facts. And it goes on. And I mean, there's 25 different ways that the NFL slimed Tom Brady. The thing is in a court of law, you would not be able to do is convict a guy on this kind of evidence without having anything. So they interviewed Drew Brees. And they asked Drew Brees his opinion on Deflategate. And he actually said, he thought the whole issue was over. He goes, there's a bigger issue at play right here. He goes, I don't think it's necessarily about Brady. I think it's more about the commissioner's authority to levy the type of punishment and him being the unilateral decision maker when it comes to player discipline. On a lot of those decisions, if there's any disagreements, there's no level of neutrality. He goes, this is my decision. This is how it's going to be. The level of transparency in the investigative process, that's the part that's hard to understand and deal with from the player's perspective. And from a fan's perspective, as they read it and try to understand why certain things have happened, what's the basis? What's the grounds? What are the facts? We never get to see that. That's right. As a fan, we didn't get to see why everything was done. I know the judge imposed the penalty and said that they reinstated it because Brady destroyed his cell phone. But it's supposedly, if Brady was, it would be very easy to go check and see if any texts were done. Because he would have had to have all the numbers for his equipment people for him to, make a text to them to lower the pressure of the footballs. So Brady destroying his phone, which I don't see any problem with that because, I mean, it's his phone. He even, from what I understand, he had asked the league if they needed anything off it. But, I mean, when I get done with a cell phone, I delete everything off of it. That way nobody in case I forget something or have a stored password or anything that might be relevant to, that somebody could use if they found it or if something happened if the phone come up missing. I always wipe my phone back to it is when it's a I don't know what they call it. It's like a hard reset where they reset it back to factory settings. So it clears everything off of it. Everybody does that. If you don't reset your old phones, with these smartphones nowadays, it's got half your life on them. So, I mean, a lot of people could get into and get a lot of information about you otherwise. So, but if they really wanted to do is find out if Brady had any contact, they could do is get all the information from all the grounds crew the equipment technicians that work for the Patriots and see if they had their phones, if they got new phones or not. They could see if there was any text that went back and forth between Brady and the equipment people. Supposedly, the guy that was supposed to have lowered the pressure, who they said, was in the bathroom for about a minute with the footballs. And I mean, he has to be the fastest ever to deflate each one a pound or two. I mean, it's ridiculous to think that happened. What kills me is the NFL went to all the extent about investigating Brady about the pressure of football, but they weren't smart enough to look for a camera evidence inside of the elevator when Ray Rice and his girlfriend had the altercation. I don't know. I think they felt like it was egg in their face and they had to win this one. They had to find a judge that would make their decision. Because, I mean, it's ridiculous to think that the NFL should be able to do is impose this power and levy on this guy. If they thought that the footballs were done intentionally, it had to have been before the game ever even started. So, I don't know. I just can't believe that 4 games. You think about what that costs him as a player. I mean, to him it's nothing in money-wise. But it could cost a team another championship. You know? Could be another Super Bowl. I mean, I still think they'll win, at least 1 or 2 of the games. It all depends on who they play. But, I mean, it's just... I think it's really hard to do is convict somebody on hearsay evidence. The other teams are complaining about it. So, do I think it changed any effect of the outcome of the game? No, they actually, when they went to the other footballs, they went, he scored, 24 points? Hello there, you're on the air.
Hey, have you train wrecked my show yet?
I'm trying. I'm trying to take it off the cliff. I'm right at the edge. We're looking over, but no, we're
looking over.
Yeah, we're talking about Tom Brady. I actually talking about Tom Brady right now in his 4-game suspension being upheld.
Well, apparently the 866 number is still calling my phone.
Well, Joe's supposed to switch it over. And, if, you know what, I'll text you. You'll just have them text your guys and have them call my cell number.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, that'd be the easiest way to do it. That way they'll get on for sure. Because I think, Joe has, one lady calling in later. And I told her the first hour was for your people. So. Okay.
I'll let them know.
Yep.
Because my phone's blowing up here, and I keep telling them, stop calling the 866 number. And they're like, okay.
Well, yeah, get them to call my cell. And then
okay, I will.
All right, thanks.
All right. It smells like something's burning.
Yeah, it's your...
God damn.
And burning the place down.
Talk to you later.
We're not there yet, but we will be.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you think about what the league went to try to do this. I mean, I've lost a lot of respect for the NFL over the years about how they discipline their people and stuff. I mean, they give people these violations for, maybe a shirt being untucked. But you see guys all the time, receivers, with their, the little flap on their wrist, the strap for their glove hanging off and sticking out. And I would be a coach that says, if you ever drop a football because you want to look cool having your strap hanging off, you'll be sitting riding the bench. Because I never understood why, guys want to be, they want to be an individual like that so they can have the strap hanging off. Doesn't make much sense. But, yeah, the NFL is getting terrible about their punishment. They give less punishment to a guy that beats the crap out of his wife or significant other, as you want to call it, than they do for somebody that supposedly deflated footballs that they can't prove. I mean, there's no actual proof. It's all hearsay evidence. It's, you look at Greg Hardy. He's back in the league. He did nothing. I don't understand it. Greg Hardy's back in the league, and Ray Rice isn't. Ray Rice, I don't think he was right what he did, but even his was in defense of her swinging at him. I mean, he knocked her out, of course, which I think was wrong. And the NFL tried to play stupid like they never thought about a camera being inside the elevator. They were trying to blow it off, to sweep it under the rug. And then they got pushed into having to do is suspend him. They actually suspended him twice. Suspended it or whatever, and then, they punished him twice. The guys that they don't want to levy a suspension against, now they're getting forced to. I mean, there's been the league. I went through it. They have so much domestic violence issues. It's crazy. I know the testosterone level for football is skyrocketed, but you look at the most recent. He just got indicted Tuesday. Manziel. It's all about. You get sexual assaults and, domestic violence. Here we go. We got, I think we got 2 calls coming at the same time. You're on the air. This is Matt.
Hey, Matt. How you doing? This is Crazy Up and Joe.
Hey, Joe, hold on. I got another call. I'm going to add him in. There you go. You're both on the air.
Cool. Okay. How are you doing?
Good, Joe. How are you? And the other call is
West Coast Dan.
Hey, West Coast Dan. Hey, I told Mike we're gonna do is drive this thing off a cliff and crash it. I said his show will have to build the ratings after I'm done.
Well, I can make that happen.
No, I told him. I said I was at working out. I do Taekwondo on nights, and I didn't have my reading glasses on. I saw a message from Mike, and I read it. Hey, do you want to be a guest on my show? And I'm like, I typed back, okay. And then later on, I got dressed. I put my readers on, and I looked at it and I said, do you want to guest host my show? Oh, crap. I said, well, I already said okay. I don't think I have much I can say now.
Oh, is he sick tonight?
Yeah, he's off he's got some stuff he's taking care of, so I'm running the show. I'm at the helm, so if we want to do is crash this, we can.
All right. So Crazy Joe's going to go off the wire.
But the Hey, well, to get your prem minutes is, I've been talking about Tom Brady with this 4-game suspension and the NFL credibility, what they will give less punishment to a guy that beats the crap out of his wife than a guy they supposedly lets air out of footballs. And I mean, what proof do they have? Zip, nada.
Didn't they prove this in a court of law?
They have no actual proof, but the judge reinstated the suspension because of him destroying his phone. Gave that the suspension credibility that he was that the league should be able to do what they did. I don't believe that the NFL actually had any proof. I mean, if they wanted proof, it's just like all you got to do is go to the equipment manager and find out if Brady texted all of them. They got all their phones. They could have went and asked them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. If they wanted to really find out, they could have went to all the equipment managers, went to that way. Did they all get new phones? I doubt it. So,
yeah, phones cost quite a bit these days.
Yeah, I mean, so if Brady could have bought them all new phones, I mean, he makes just enough money to probably be able to do it.
That's true.
You know, so you think about it. If they really wanted to research this, it's kind of like the Ray Rice deal. They were like, oh, well, we don't know what happened inside the elevator. Are you that stupid to think a casino doesn't have a camera everywhere? You know, so I mean, I think the NFL was made to look stupid on this one. So they went and they put all their eggs in one basket and went after a judge that they thought would, and was there Wells, who was there supposedly was a independent investigator. All of a sudden now he's their attorney for the NFL. Even Breitbart did a piece where the NFL slimed Brady 25 different ways that they said. So I mean, it's the problem is it's going to set a precedence for all of the penalties that come down from there on. That it's going to be judge, jury, executioner. You can't. It doesn't matter what you do to argue the penalty. They're going to impose it.
Kind of sounds like members of Congress.
Well, no, actually, I'm going to talk about that later. But Dennis Hastert, he got what he finally was coming to him, But that's for later. He got 15 months, but a lot of people think he should have got a lot more than that, And I have no problem with it. But I got, talking about the NFL right now. You got NFL draft coming up this weekend.
Hey, you got Crazy Joe here. You're sports and knowledge here. Sport and knowledge. You got the NBA playoffs. You got the NHL playoffs.
I lost all my drive for the NHL playoffs after the Blackhawks lost. That was so depressing to watch.
I watched. I think the NHL's been better than the NBA.
Yes, I agree with the playoffs going on. And the NBA. I have no desire to watch it right now.
Because I'm watching it right now, and I watched the NHL game, and the New York Rangers or Islanders beat Tampa Bay tonight.
I watched the Blackhawks Blues Game 7, and when the Blackhawks bounced it off both sides of the goal and went out, I was like, to tie the game, it would have. I was like, oh my God, how can you do it? And then the puck spinning around in a circle behind the goalie, and the guy goes to reach behind the goalie to slap it into the goal, and he whiffs it. I was like, oh my Lord. So, I mean, I'm not a huge hockey fan because, we didn't grow up playing it, but it's been good to watch. A lot more exciting than the NBA, that's for sure.
No, are you a gambler, my friend?
What's that?
Are you a gambler?
Not much. I like to play. I'm not a sports bettor, as you want to call it. I'm more of a craps.
Me, I'm a gambler. I do it all. I'm the man who. That's why Mike brought me here, because I gamble. I do it all. For example, tonight's game, the Heat in Charlotte. The spread on this game was 6 points. Miami was given 6 to Charlotte. Right now, with 25.2 seconds left, Charlotte is up by 2.
Yeah, how they know the spread is amazing. How good they are.
Oh yeah, come on! It's like, for example, I read this stuff. I read it. Very good. They said because Steve Curry's out, they said the opening line on the first game was 13 points, and the over and under total was 225. Because he's out, the spread went to 9 points, and the over and under is down to 212. You know what I mean?
What was the final of that game? Because they won by like 18 or something like that, didn't they?
Who? Golden State, they're playing tonight.
No, the first game when he got injured, when he did the splits.
I think they lost because I didn't watch the game because you know what I mean.
The Warriors were leading by 18. Because after they did that, after he got injured, they made 8 or 9 threes without him. Yeah, it was amazing how many threes that were made without Curry in there.
Yeah, because it's like
Golden State playing right now.
They will be playing in about 18 minutes.
Oh, okay.
The Clippers are playing right now, and get back to the Clippers now. The Clippers with Chris Paul out and Blake Griffin out. The spread was hold on now. The spread was 6. And with Chris Paul out, it was down to 2. And now Blake Griffin is out. Portland is favored by a point.
Well, you think Griffin would be worth more than that, but, you know.
You know, they figured that Chris Paul is more important than any of the 2.
Well, he's the ball handler for everybody. I mean, if he's going to be feeding everything.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? They want to make sure that he's the man.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I think the Western Conference just got easy for San Antonio to walk right through.
I agree. San Antonio's too dominant.
Because even if Golden State gets by, who are they playing? Houston? If they get by, Steph Curry ain't going to be back for 2 weeks. Think about that, 2 weeks. And after he cuts back, he's got to have some rust after sitting on the block. You know what I mean?
I'm just, you know, the way he went down, I can't believe he didn't tear something.
I think he came back and played again, didn't he?
Yeah, he tried to play and then they pulled him out. But how he didn't tear something, he is lucky. I mean, it might be, you know, if he doesn't make it back to be able to play and they don't win the championship, this 73-9 season means nothing, you know.
Yeah, they'll say, oh, and you know what the excuse will be? They'll say, oh, Steph Curry wasn't on the team. Hey, you've got about nine different people on the court. And they're getting paid to,
well,
you know what I mean?
Yes, but the thing about Curry is, what's so great about him is he draws double teams like you wouldn't believe and opens up a lot of players. And that helps. I mean...
Yeah, that opens up the ball for Klay Thompson.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like when Jordan was playing. Jordan, you know, made Pippen I mean, Pippen's a great player. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Scottie Pippen was a great player. So, I mean, all that team, Steve Kerr, look who's coaching, the Curry right now with Golden State. He played on the 72-10 Bulls. And you sit there and you look at when Jordan was on there, everybody went to Jordan. Everybody went at Jordan. He left a lot of people open. Kerr won a championship for him because of, Jordan taking all the double team and him passing off. But, yeah, you look at great players like that, like Stephen Curry does, being an MVP, he pulls so many people to him that will open up the rest of the lane. It'll open up three-point shooters on the side. But the thing that's so amazing about Curry is, and I mean, you get great shooters. I mean, you got guys, Reggie Miller was a great shooter to do that. I'm trying to think of, he played for Boston.
Larry Bird?
Larry Bird could do it. I mean, McHale was not a great outside shooter. McHale was a great inside man, but not an outside. Not like Larry Bird. Larry Bird, when he even was coach in Indiana, they would say to Reggie, "Do you ever try to one-on-one with Larry Bird?" And he said, "No." He said he could still take him on. He'd just lean into you and fade away and make it all day long. I mean, that's the way Bird was, and you get great shooters like that. And that's the thing about Curry. Curry can shoot from anywhere. And he puts it up so fast. So I think it's going to hurt them big time because there won't be that guy to draw the double team. Now they'll be able to do his play, man-to-man and be very, very solid man-to-man where they don't have to look about trying to stop, Stephen Curry. And they get 2 weeks to do it. They hope he can get healthy. I don't know if they don't win or if he doesn't get back, I don't think they got a chance.
Well, I'm going to be your up-to-date scoreboard for tonight, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
The Clippers are winning 16-12 over Portland. And I know West Coast is a Portland fan, aren't you?
Well, not really. I mean, I do follow them, yes.
Yeah, but, the also is the NBA makes runs like you wouldn't believe. You see teams will be 15 points up, next thing you know, they're tied. And that's what's crazy with the NBA because the defense is totally different than it is in college. You get a 15-point lead in college, it's a lot different. It's a lot harder to see they come back.
So Charlotte just beat Miami. Charlotte's up 3 games to 2, and now they're going to Charlotte. Remember now. Now, if Charlotte wins this, who they play? Cleveland?
I think you're right.
Yeah. I would like to see anybody beat Cleveland. And and the reason why is I'm not that I'm anything against Cleveland. I'm not a LeBron James fan. I don't like it when he went to Miami. I don't like it when he made his trip back to Cleveland. They did that big old long hour-long show for him and Bosch and all that. Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, it was like to me, it dominated the NBA. And to me, I hated it when Dallas Cowboys did it. I hate when the Yankees do it. I like it where it's even out.
I couldn't believe that they allowed that to happen. They allowed him, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron to get together, and then they denied, Chris Paul to go to, I can't remember who he was trying to go to, and they said, no, it would make it too unfair. And I'm like, what are you talking about? No, it wasn't Miami. It was a West Coast team. I don't know if he was going to go to the Lakers or if he was going to go to...
The Lakers with Kobe.
Yeah.
It was Lakers with Kobe and...
They said it'd be too unbalanced. And I was like, what? And I was like, are you kidding me? You just unbalanced the East. I mean, the Bulls could have beat them. It was so close of a series. But just too dominant on the East. With the one I couldn't stand was Deladova. Oh, I wanted to call him Flopadova.
Yeah, it's like
I mean, it was ridiculous. He flopped so much in that series last year. I mean, he the one where he grabbed oh God, who is it? The one guy's leg, and then he scissored his legs around him, and the guy goes to stand up to walk, and Deladova's hooked to him, and then he jerks his leg out and kicks at it, and then they throw they call a technical. That was I can't think. It was a big shooter for the Bulls. He's gone too. He transferred. But yeah, it was a bad series. And the bad thing about I'm a Bulls fan, and I think it's the handwriting's on the wall. I think the Bulls are going to have to make a decision about Rose. I just don't think he's healthy enough. So, sooner or later they're going to have to do is make up their mind.
The thing about Cleveland is that their center, Chris Adam, who's usually not a very good scorer, hit a double-double his last game. I think he had 14 points and 12 rebounds. Very impressive numbers for that center that doesn't usually post up those numbers. That was huge for Cleveland in their last game. Steve Adams. He's from New Zealand.
Yeah, they
and you know where he played there, West Coast? What college?
I think he played for Utah.
No, he played for Gonzalez.
For Gonzaga?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Steve Adams for Gonzaga. Okay. Gonzaga, it turns out, a lot of ball players.
Yeah, Gonzaga, for what, probably, I don't know how many years, all of a sudden they just became a powerhouse, being able to recruit.
Oh, God, they have the great coaching knowledge. It's like, we can't go wrong. You get back to your Bulls. You won't like me when I bring this up.
It doesn't matter. They're on a way down right now. You know what I mean?
You remember when my boys from South Philly beat you in the first round? You were a 1 seed and we were an 8.
The Bulls have underachieved under Thibodeau, and right now they're in a rebuilding phase. I don't know why he left Iowa State. I just think he should. You think of what's going on right now. He's got to think, why did I leave for this? It's got to be frustrating to go into that, and the guys don't want to listen to you. And the Bulls had so much talent. I mean, you look at Pau Gasol, you got D. Rose, you got Jimmy Butler. I mean, you got the kid from Creighton that can shoot from anywhere. But problem is, he was hurt the first 20 games of the year. I mean, the guy can shoot from anywhere. He could throw it up, and that team should do so much better than they did, and they didn't even make the playoffs. I mean, what do they take? They take almost half the freaking teams into the playoffs. And that was just really depressing. The last 2 weeks of the season, we were just like, they were talking about, oh yeah, they got to maybe win a couple more games, and they'd get beat by 30. I was like, what the hell is going on? I said the one night they played Golden State, and I forget what Golden State beat them by. It was sickening. It was like they gave up. Like they all wanted a vacation or something. So you look at, the league right now, that's the one thing I liked about the old NFL. When you got drafted by a team, you played in it. Nowadays, it's wherever the money's at. They're all changing and moving and everything. And it does that with the NBA.
Right.
It does it with Major League Baseball.
All right, you just brought something up. Can we have a little fun, Matt? Sure. I know you're a guy who likes to have fun. This is something I was going to do with Mike. But I'm going to do this with you.
Does it have to do?
And
With
West Coast?
Does it have to do anything with the Target men's bathroom?
No, this is going to do with the NFL draft.
All right.
And we're going to have a little fun. Just tell me when you're on a commercial break.
Oh, well, actually, I'm overtime, but don't. Yeah, let me run for commercial. You guys, mute up your phones. We're going to do that, and we'll be right back. Be a quick one. So, bear with me. So don't forget, mute up your mic.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Hey, Joe Rocks, it's Louis Avis, straight from Chi-Town. Call and talk about our website, www.hotsaucevault.com. We got everything you can think of out there, Joe. The hottest hot sauce is not for wimps, mild, medium sauces. We got barbecue sauces, snacks, some of our gift ideas and gag gifts, so you can go out and check us out at www.hotsaucevault.com. Hope to talk to you again on your radio show. Kick-ass show. Had a great time last week. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care, Joe. hotsaucevault.com.
Are you hangry? Know the signs. Uncontrollable yelling.
Why aren't you egg rolls?
Hallucination.
Sushi.
Pants discomfort.
I hate you, pants.
Hangry. It can happen to anyone. Fortunately, there's E24, the app that tells hunger to shut up.
Egg rolls. Thanks, Snoop.
E24. In my medical opinion, it's the best way to order food online, baby.
Back. This is On the Air with Mike Allen, and I am guest hosting his show tonight. And we got on the phone Joe Pardini and West Coast Dan, and we're talking about NFL draft coming up this weekend. The one thing I like about the NFL draft, it's one of those drafts that you know that the guys are going to be playing right away. You watch the. You don't hear anything about Major League Baseball, and the NBA you hear about it, but it's NFL is one of those sports that I can sit down and watch any game. Doesn't matter what it is. And I don't know about you guys. It's one of those. When NFL's done, then I know it's golf season. So, are you guys back with me?
Yes. Yes, the NFL draft. It's become big business today. It used to be where people got a phone call after the draft was over.
Yeah, that's right. Most of the guys are showing up there, and they're sitting there at the big tables and waiting to, have them. It's they sell tickets to this thing. People go up there. It's actually in Chicago. I bet you I could go around and find. I don't live but 2 hours from Chicago. I could do is find people that are going. Because I'm a Bears fan, and I guarantee you some guys, and not far from Green Bay, my sister, who must have been, I didn't realize it, but I guess she got dropped on her head when she's a Green Bay Packers fan. So, you'll find a bunch of people going to the draft just to watch it. They want.
Well, I think it's over dramatized. It always seems where they're focused in on one player, and they say, "Oh, he should have gone way before this. Look, he's pretty downcast. I mean, he's almost starting to cry." It always they have that kind of drama, and then they'll come back from a commercial. They'll do a couple more rounds, and he's still not picked, and he's falling further down. This guy's downcast.
Yeah.
They've always got that link now.
Yep.
And I guarantee you they're going to have it this year. What they're doing is just it's become almost like a soap opera.
Well, they did that with Manziel. Every time he got passed over, Manziel would sit there and they would show his table. And he was sitting there waiting to be picked. The I didn't like in the draft that happened all the way back when Eli was picked. And it really, that's the only thing that chapped me on Eli. I mean, Eli's a great player. I got to give Eli Manning. He's a great player. But when he was drafted and he refused to play for them and then they traded, that pissed me off about Eli. Because I think that once you're picked, you go with who picked you.
Well, I can say a lot about that. Oh.
We just woke
up.
up.
What was the team that first picked Eli Manning?
What's that?
The Chargers.
Chargers. And then they swapped him out for
the Giants.
For who?
Philip Rivers.
Oh,
Rivers. And what'd they do? Rivers almost took him to a Super Bowl. If he wasn't, Rivers got beat up so bad. I mean, he is the Dan Pastorini or who else is it that used to wear all the flak jackets way back in the 80s? I mean, they get beat up so bad.
Was it Randall McKinney? Oh shit! From the
Cunningham.
And they just no.
Cunningham.
No. Cunningham was, yes, but he was not. That's not what I'm talking about because he played. You got Dan Pastorini played for Houston, and then you got he used to wear all the flak jackets for San Diego, for the Chargers. I'm trying to.
I can't think of that guys.
Doug Flutie?
What's that?
Doug Flutie?
No, Doug Flutie. No. Doug Flutie was. No, he was. That was way after that. But no, it's. I'll think of it. It'll pop in my head.
Or Jim Harbaugh?
No, Harbaugh. No way. No. It's not.
And it's got to be Dan Foss.
There you go, Dan Foss. Yep, he got crap down. He always had something wrong with a brace here or there. He had. And that's the thing is, guys would go to teams. You look at Eli's dad, played for the Saints for how many years, and never won a thing. But
they made him tough back then. How come middle linebackers never wear flak jackets? Yeah, I mean, Jack Lambert never wore a flak jacket.
They had a round table, and it was Charles Barkley, it was Johnny Bench. They had he does the Fox, Howie Long, and they were talking to him, asked him if all of them could compete in their prime at the current day when this happened. And they were going through each one, and Johnny Bench said, sure, I could compete today. Barkley said, sure, he could compete today. Howie Long said, no way. And he was great. And they said, well, why not? And he said, because they are bigger, faster, stronger than I ever was. He says, guys, you look at it, you got guys that are, 6'7", 300 and some pounds, and they're running 4.6, 4.7 40s. You're like, these things are ridiculous. These guys are guys that should not be able to move that fast, and they're just machines. They hit so much harder nowadays than I really think than they ever did. You look at, they hit hard back in the day, but these guys are ridiculous. I don't know how they get up. You watch games of Seattle, the Seahawks, and you can hear the hits on the field, and you're just like, oh, my God, how did these guys get up?
Hey, my Eagles did that back in the day when Buddy Ryan was coaching.
Buddy Ryan also was the Bears defensive coordinator the year they won the Super Bowl, and he was a gift from the Bears to you.
Yes.
But
I
asked Mike,
and we never won the Super Bowl.
I asked Mike Allen who his pick for the Detroit Lions is going to be in the draft, and he was going, well, it should be. I said, you guys are going to pick a punter, and he goes, what? I said, you guys are going to pick a punter. He goes, no, we're going to waste a draft pick on a punter. I said, why not? You play, first, second, third down, first, second, third down, then punt. And I said, you need a good punter. And he goes, you asshole. And he told me this.
Do you remember who the Raiders chose with their number 1 draft pick? I think this was in 98.
Iowa. It was
the
an
kid from
Iowa.
Florida State, the kicker.
Yes, they call him Seabass.
They're not here. What? Who was it?
They called it Janikowski.
Yes, but they also picked a defensive guy from Iowa, and he flopped on him too.
No, he's still kicking for the Raiders.
No. This is back a ways. But no, not Janikowski. I'm talking about the lineman that they picked from Iowa, and they did nothing for him. They picked him on the first round draft pick, and I don't know what it was. He just went belly up. I talked to the dad of he played for Green Bay, and he had been injured his back. And he was in my shop, and I was talking to him and asked him if his son was going to play, and he thinks he's going to get on with the Cardinals. It's, crap.
A.J. Hawk?
Julian Vandervelde. And he played for the Green Bay, and then he thinks he's got a tryout with the Cardinals. He's going to play one more year. And I mean, you look at guys like that, they're just enormous. Vandervelde was 6'6" at 12 years old. He's the one that, I don't know if you remember way back in the Little League World Series, the guy kid was standing on first base. He was 6'6", and everybody was checking his birth certificate and everything because he looked like he was 25,
Oh, yeah, the kid from the Yankees. The Yankees wanted him.
Yeah, he was 12 years old. He's 6'6", or 6'4", and it would look like it looked like a man playing with boys, and he was legit. Yeah, he was from here, and his dad is like 6'6" or 6'7", and he plays at my place every week.
All right, let's play a game. I love games. You ready, Dapper? You ready, Matt?
What's that?
Yes.
All right, here we go. 2012 draft. I'm going to go through some of the names. And you probably all know some who's gone, some who's still there. It's 2012. Anthony Luck, first round. Is he still at the same team?
Who?
Anthony Luck.
Anthony Luck. Yeah, he went with the Indianapolis.
And he's still at the same team.
Yep.
Here's one you'll get. Robert Griffin III, second pick.
How many times has he gone to a different team? Yeah, RG3, and they're talking about sending him to another now.
So here's another guy.
He was a Redskins pick,
and he went to the Browns.
And then now they're talking about taking him to Denver.
Denver. I heard Denver wants the Eagles quarterback.
Oh,
Sam Bradford. Because Bradford's all upset. Because Sam Bradford's all upset because the Eagles are going to draft a quarterback with their number 2 pick. A little common sense. If the Eagles move from 13 to 8 to 2, and we got a new coach in the building, that means he wants his own quarterback.
That's
but
right.
They told Sam Bradford, you are going to be the quarterback. You're going to be the man. If you win the job, it's yours. You have a field day in preseason, it's your job. But he's whining and crying, and he wants to leave because the Eagles are drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, how do you think when they drafted, when Green Bay, Brett Favre, when they drafted first-round pick of
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. How do you think he felt? He's an all-star, and that's why I never understood why he kept playing after he left him. But and a lot of people think he only played for Minnesota. He played for Arizona too.
Yeah, but he did play for Green Bay for another 2 years.
He would never have played. They were gonna replace him with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but he did play for 2 more years once Aaron Rodgers was selected. He was just a backup, an understudy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So he should be happy. So the Eagles are going to draft a quarterback, and he's going to be teaching this kid how to quarterback for the next 2 years.
A lot of guys they got that ego thing, thinking they're going to waltz in and just take the job from him.
This kid's Sam Bradford's making $22 million. $22 million.
If you're guaranteed $22 million, I'd sit there.
It's like, and it's like, what are you pitching and moaning about? You're guaranteed $22 million.
They want to play.
You know what I mean?
They want to play. They think that's the thing that all those guys. They think they're the best guy that's for any team, and even though they haven't won anything, they still think they're better than anybody else, and that's what they want in their quarterback. Look at who my quarterback is. I'm a Bears fan.
So who is it?
Oh, come on. He only came from Denver, Mr. Joe Pardini. You ought to know.
Mr. Joe Pardini, that would be Jay Cutler.
There you go. Jay, I've said I get knocked on my ass, Cutler. If the Bears do not select somebody that can an offensive tackle that can block for him, they're crazy.
See, it's Cutler was a great quarterback, and he didn't even come from Denver, I don't think.
He came from Denver because he was in Denver, and they traded him for and then that's when they I can't think of who went to Denver. Hold on, I got a call coming in. Let's see who we got here. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Alexis K.TYLOR. I was told to call in tonight at 11 to do a taping.
Oh, yes. What, you're going to be on? I got some other guys on the line, too, so hold on. Let me see if I can, I wonder if I can put you all together. Hold on.
Okay.
Trying to merge all the calls here. I don't know if it's going to let me merge them all.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah,
Hello?
Had one of the ALEXYSS calling in. She was trying to... She was going to call in for...
Oh, was that Blanche Beauregard?
No. ALEXYSS. She's supposed to... she was going to... Her name is... She is daughter of... Oh, here, I got it right here. Let me see if I can find it. I just lost it. It was sitting there right in front of me. She's daughter of Jackie Wilson. Here she's calling in again. I'm trying to get her to merge calls. You there, ALEXYSS?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm trying to merge the calls all together. I got two other on the line, and it's hard to merge all three of them together. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, that's the only way they can hear me?
Yeah, they will be able to once they get all of them merged together. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I had 2 on, so that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to get them all to. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get them all 3 to. There we go. Now I can merge it. There you go. Now you're all 3 on. This is all right. Let me let you know who you're talking to, Alexis.
Okay.
All right, we got Crazy Joe Pardini, and we got West Coast Dan, and you're on with ALEXYSS K.TYLOR, daughter of Jackie Wilson. So she's coming on to she's got a new show coming up that's going to be on ARM Radio Global, and Joe asked me if I could have her come on and talk to us. We're talking about football right now, so I don't know if you watch football at all or not, but she does a show, and she did a show called Vagina Power, and so yeah, listen, guys. Ooh.
Hey, can I ask you a question? So can I ask you a question, young lady?
Yes.
And this is going to get interesting. Do you listen to this show every Wednesday?
No, she probably
do I
doesn't.
listen?
She probably doesn't.
I'm new. I'm new to your station. I'm getting to know you.
All right. So there's a guy, and I'm not going to say no names because I could be rude, but I won't be rude. There's a guy who thinks, and you're a beautiful young lady. I don't know what you look like. I'm just trying to be nice. But there's a guy on this phone, I'm not saying what person, thinks the next generation's going to have, men are going to have sex with robots.
Yes.
And you agree
they
with
already
that
are.
theory?
Joe,
yes, they already are having sex with them. Yes.
No, not me. Not me. That's not going to happen. I would put a bullet in my mouth before that happens. Because I'd rather have the real thing than some machine.
Yay! Vagina power.
See? Hey,
I think there's a lot of women out there that would say they'd rather date robots than men.
Oh,
here's my theory. There are some women that have. I guarantee you can go online and you could probably search, what do they call that, a Sibian or whatever that is? And that's a robot, some portion of it. I told my wife...
Well, here's my theory.
Hey,
I'm going to ask you a question.
Joe, I told my wife I wanted 3 things for Christmas. I wanted a bottle of Extends.
Yes.
A bottle of Viagra. and then one of those fleshlights.
Hey, you know what, Joe?
He just laughed at me. I told her we were going to go.
Joe wants a real woman.
No, because if I get a bottle of Extends after a while and a bottle of Viagra, she's gonna be sending me off to the go hang up some clothes or something. Get away from me after a while, you know.
And what my theory is here, if West Coast over there, West Coast, and I put his name out there, West Coast wants to have physical. I can say whatever I want, right? This is a live wire.
We're live. Go ahead.
All right, so I could go F-bomb in all directions.
I told you we're going to crash Mike's show.
We'll crash. So, let's say, for example, West Coast has physical intercourse with this robot. He has physical intercourse. How does you know he ain't going to get himself electrocuted by the robot?
What movie was that where the guy was having sex with the robot and the dishwasher overflowed and electrocuted, and so then he had to go try to find parts for it?
Oh, ain't that my best friend or something?
It was a while back. It was probably 15 years ago, and he went through the whole movie.
1980.
Yeah, trying to find. Well, yeah, okay, that's longer than 15 years ago. But he's trying to find parts. Trying to find parts through the whole movie so he can rebuild his robot.
No, I can see West Coast. This could be funny. And if you ever have sex with a robot, now,
You have sex with robots.
all you do-
I just want the political revolution.
Hold on now. Calm down.
You just got to make
Take a
sure
deep breath.
you have to be specific. You can't say
Now, if you-
jerk me off because the robot is only going to understand one way, you know?
Yeah. So let's say, for example, if you have sex with this robot, and if you get stuck inside this robot and go to the hospital, you think they got to saw the robot in half to get you out?
Well, if I'm covered by TRICARE Prime Insurance, I'd be okay. Yes.
Well, you might not have Mr. Tweety anymore. You might be flying south.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be a little farther than Caitlyn Jenner is at that surgery, you know?
Because you never know.
Well, I don't really want to myself have sex with robots. I just want to see the political fallout turmoil that comes with this. It's
no, you want to have sex with robots.
We just lost Alexis. I think either her phone crashed or she got tired.
Yeah, I was plugging in my phone and it crashed against a pan. Sorry about that.
No, but she just we just lost her. She's off the. She's not on anymore. I don't see her anymore.
Well, hey man, we have fun with you. Mike likes to have. He don't like when I get out of control. At least you like when I get off the control panel. You know what I mean? He wants me to stay on course here. Hello?
I don't care what we get off course or not. We're talking about. I was trying to get Alexis to start talking. She was maybe she's a little intimidated about talking about robot sex.
Well, hey, I'm serious, Matt. This guy over there, West Coast Dan, he always says he wants to have sex with robots.
Well,
hey,
they're talking within 5 years that everybody will have a robot in their house. And I would bet if everybody within 5 years, if they have a robot in their house, that will be an option.
Not me.
I'm not saying it would be for you, but I'm just saying that it will be probably an option for some people.
Hey, I would feel, and I'm gonna bring the religious situation in here for a second. God put us on this earth to have sex with females. You know what I mean? And we're brought on this earth to reproduce for the next generation. Not to have, what would you call that, West Coast?
What do you mean? It's procreation. Yes, that's what you're
well, God didn't bring us in to have baby robots next generation.
Well, you're not going to have a baby robot. It's not like the robot.
Well, you never know. West Coast might want to. West Coast might try.
Well, you might try, but you're not going to succeed.
He might get electrocuted by that time.
I just want to know if you get married to a robot, can you sue your significant other robot for spousal abuse?
No, but you can sue the programmer.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just like them wanting to sue the gun manufacturer for some idiot buying a gun and killing somebody. Going after out and kill somebody. Makes no sense.
All right. See, I'm more interested in the social turmoil that this is going to cause. The turmoil, yes.
Do I think that it will happen? Oh yeah, I think if within 5 years, if they're talking about having robots in houses, that's already some guys' fantasies now. That they had a show out where the guys were trying to they wanted robot sex or whatever. There was one of these shows on, I don't know if it was on HBO or whatever it was, or one of them. And I guarantee you there's somebody that's trying to make one. But
I'll bet you West Coast will be the one on top of it. I'll bet you.
in more ways than one, huh?
Yes, West Coast is always trying to do weird concoctions. But we're at the end of the first quarter here, and we got Golden State 37-20.
Really?
Golden State is winning?
Yes, and the Clippers are winning 42-39.
That's a close game.
Hey, you got to figure what you call it, Griffin and Paul.
What'd you say Golden State was up by?
By 17.
Wow. Boy,
Wow.
Blowing that point spread probably out of the water. But
Well, the point spread.
But
The point spread.
17 in
Point
the
spread
NBA is
for that
nothing.
game. The point spread for that game is 9 points.
Wow.
And we're going to be here till what? 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well, you guys are on the West Coast, so we got.
Oh, well, I'm on the East Coast.
Oh, well, yes. Then you will be till 1 o'clock in the morning. Right now it is 11:11 your time, right?
Yes.
8:12. Yes.
But yeah, it's. I don't know. We lost Alexis. I guess she. I figured with the vagina power, she'd be on there ready to light us up.
Hey, you know what that means? She ain't gonna want to have a show. She heard what Crazy Joe talking about sex with robots, and that was it.
I can't believe that was too much for her, because I figured she'd be right on it. She'd be right in there. Because she started throwing the fist up saying vagina power. I thought maybe, she was going to tell us how it is.
Crash Mike's show.
So come on, Alexis, call back in. We want to hear you.
Yes, sex. But get back to it. How do?
And if you wonder what she looks like, there's a picture on Joe's on Night Talk with Joe Rock's page, and she's very attractive. So I mean,
ooh, West Coast. There you go, West Coast.
But she's not a robot.
Maybe she's a Sagittarius.
What?
Hey, that football player you were thinking about was Robert Gallery.
That's exactly right. Exactly. He was a bust.
From Iowa, yes.
Yep, he was a bust for them. He was a beast at Iowa, and then when he got to the NFL, he did nothing.
Well, here's another
school teacher.
What's that?
I think he became a school teacher.
I think you're right.
I think elementary ed teacher. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, how'd you like to have that monster in there as an elementary school kid sitting there looking at that?
There's another name I'm going to throw at you, who was at different names. This kid ran at the University of Alabama. You know who it is. And this is 2012. No, this is at 2012 this kid got drafted.
Oh, no, it would have been before that. It was before that. Rasham Salam was a bust, number 1 draft pick, Heisman Trophy winner. And he was a Heisman too, I think, if I remember right. Oh, you're thinking of not Reggie or Reggie Bush, but Reggie Bush played for USC.
Yes, this kid played for Alabama. I think they won back-to-back, if I'm right.
Crap, I can't.
Lendale White. Was it Lendale White?
No,
White.
I'll give you a clue. TR.
I can't think off the top of my head.
Trent Richards.
Oh, okay. You look. They had a listing of going through. It was on, I think, a Sporting News, of the top 20 or whatever first round draft pick busts. Going through listing them out, and I'm like, when you think about that, how much money and you throw out, and it's supposed to be being that first pick is supposed to be a franchise changer for most of them, and. Yeah, you see, like Rasham Salam for the Bears, they picked him, and you know what his reason for not, meeting his expectations? That he smoked.
Why?
He was too high all the time. He was smoking too much dope. I was like, what?
Hey, there was another bust. If you're talking about bust in the NFL, This kid was drafted the same year as Donovan McNabb of the Eagles.
I wanted McNabb for the Bears so bad, and you think about he should have won a Super Bowl and didn't.
He threw up in the Super Bowl. I watched that game. Don't disappoint me.
Almost as bad as the Bears throwing up against the Colts.
The Colts?
Yeah, I watched. What is it? The Bears. I think they ran the kickback. Hester ran the kickback to make it 7-0, and they turned. What's his name? The coach Dungy turns to Peyton Manning at the time. He says, "All right, it's 0-0," and Manning goes, "No, coach, they're leading 7-0," and he's like, I mean, it's all right. Go out there and then they just ran away with it. I mean, they dominated the Bears. That was who was it? Who was it? Was the little Rex Grossman?
Rex Grossman.
Yeah, and he did nothing after that.
And you know where he came from?
Tom Salon was buying marijuana from Nate Newton.
You know where he came from, right?
Who, Nate Newton?
No, Rex Grossman.
Was he a Florida?
Yes, he was.
Yep.
Get back to who I said was another bust, and he got in trouble for smoking a woo-woo. Was
Ronnie
Ricky Williams.
Ronnie Woo-Woo.
Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, he was a good running back out of Texas. He broke a lot of records, and then he got in trouble for. He didn't want to play for the NFL anymore because he wanted to smoke his woo-woo.
My biggest thing is, they talk about the NFL and drinking and going out. They need to hire babysitters for these guys. And they go,
"Oh, come on now."
And they say, "Oh, why do it? With as much millions of dollars I got on these guys, they need to do is protect their investment." I'm talking about if they're going to go out, have people that go around and follow them around. Drive them. Don't let these guys go DUI, and do something. I have somebody take care of these guys, because the reason
My theory is, go ahead.
You could hire an Uber or Lyft driver to take these guys and show these guys around, rather than these guys go out and take a chance of killing themselves or doing something to get them. They got a ton of money invested in these guys.
Well, here's a good name to tell you.
After you bring up that name, I got a question to ask you guys, and you tell me what you think about the NFL and your opinion. But go ahead.
You'll have to take the commercial break when we're thinking about this.
I told Mike I'm killing his show, so I'll do a commercial when I feel like it.
All right, I like that. Well, I can kill the show quicker because he don't like when I really go off. But you remember the killing of the guy, Dante Stalwart, who killed the guy?
Yeah,
he was drunk.
Oh, in the car crash.
Was it a car crash? I thought the guy was walking across the street or something.
But it was
an old.
It was I don't know if it was it a hit and run or something like that?
Yeah, it was a hit and run. Dante Stalwart was drunk, and because the other guy was drunk, and I'm going to jump off just a little bit. My theory is athletes should get the same thing as you, me, West Coast, anybody in the world.
Oh, great.
You know what I mean? If somebody kills somebody, okay, you get, what was it? You got, 12 years in house arrest?
No, I don't think that they should get off on it because they did anything like that. What I think the teams need to do is make sure that these guys have somebody to take care of them and drive them and do stuff. I think we just lost West Coast, so hopefully he's going to be calling back in here shortly. But my question that I had, and I will take a quick break, real short one, but I'm going to pose this question and you can answer it when we come back. So think about your answer. What is your opinion about the NFL sending games over to Europe, and they want to do is they actually want to have a team in Europe, and they want to have at least 4 games over here this next season. So think about that. Mute your phones, and we'll talk about that when we get back. By the way, you're listening to On the Air.
So seductive. I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Hey, Joe Rocks, it's Louis Avis, straight from Chi-Town. Call and talk about our website, www.hotsaucevault.com. We got everything you can think of out there, Joe. The hottest hot sauce is not for wimps, mild, medium sauces. We got barbecue sauces, snacks, some of our gift ideas and gag gifts, so you can go out and check us out at www.hotsaucevault.com. Hope to talk to you again on your radio show. Kick-ass show. Had a great time last week. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care, Joe. hotsaucevault.com.
Showman! How's it going, everybody? You're listening to Cool 77 Tropical Storm Radio. No, it's not that. All right, it's Thoughts for Food live on the Radio Global. You can catch me here every Tuesday. All right, that's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live. Or you can catch me on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And basically,
tune in every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Straight Talk with Matt Hasley. Live audio on TuneIn Radio and Spreaker.com. Plus live video on Ustream.tv. From the demented minds at ArmedRadioGlobal.com.
Are you hangry? Know the signs. Uncontrollable yelling.
Why aren't you egg rolls?
Hallucination.
Sushi.
Pants discomfort.
I hate you, pants.
Hangry. It can happen to anyone. Fortunately, there's E24, the app that tells hunger to shut up.
Egg rolls. Thanks, Snoop.
E24. In my medical opinion, it's the best way to order food online, baby.
Hey everybody, Mike Allen here. You can hear me live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on TuneIn Radio. Or you can visit my website at www.ontheairwithmikeallen.com for more showtimes, updates, and replays. So remember, every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, on the air with Mike Allen, right here on Armed Radio Global.
All right, we're back on the air, and we try to merge these calls back together, and somehow they're just, I got so many Skype numbers up here. I'm trying to fix this. We lost West Coast Dan. Hold on a second. He was calling back in, and then I cut him off. So I'm trying to get him back.
That's all right.
I'm trying to get him back on the line. Sorry, West Coast. When I went to answer it and try to merge the calls, I actually hit the hang up button, so I screwed him up. So
maybe. All right.
Here
Matt,
he is.
let me ask you a question.
He's calling right now. Hold on a second. West Coast, you on there?
Yes, I am back. Yes.
Hold on.
Something went wrong with my phone.
It's all right. I'm trying to merge both the calls back. So.
Okay.
Let's see here. Because I got Joe on the other side, so I'm trying to merge them both. And
okay.
Every time I try to merge it, it says call failed. Nice. So you know what? Hold on a second. All right. So I actually ended up dumping his by accident, but he'll call right back in and then I'll merge him. For some reason, it just I think we merged too many calls there. It didn't like it. But
yeah.
I don't know if you heard I don't know if you heard the question I was asking right before we went to break because I think you got dumped right before that. But my question was, what is your opinion on the NFL trying to do is have at least 4 games? Here he is right now. Hold on. There we go. Now I can merge them back. Now you're both on.
All right, we're good.
All right, I'm just asking. Hold on. I asked the question right before break. I said, and I'm asking West Coast what his opinion is on this. What is your opinion on the NFL trying to have 4 games in Europe? These teams are going to be having to go back and forth to Europe so they can play at Wembley Stadium just so they can show off the NFL for Europe. But my opinion, and I don't know if this will sway your opinions, but the problem I have with it is all the dollars that are leaving here to go there, that all the hotels, all the people that work, doing the concessions, everything that's related to a team that like if they were in Chicago, everything that benefits from it, like all the hotels, the restaurants, everything, they're losing out. All that money's going overseas.
I want to ask you a question. I'm going to answer your question with your question, how you answered it. For example, you asked, how would it affect having 4 games over in Europe? All right. When's the last time the NFL had its own little league in Europe? And how did it do?
I'm not. The point is, I'm not talking about how well it's going to do for the NFL. The NFL is paid for by what? What drives the NFL?
Advertising.
Advertising.
Money.
And the money comes from what?
The advertisement.
Not just advertisement. What is the excitement of the NFL? What we're talking about right now. If you want to go to an NFL game, how much does it cost? If you take, let's say you're married and you got 2 kids. How much how much are you going to drop at a game?
Well, if I sat up in the nosebleed, and if I took 4, it would cost me $100 in the nosebleed section
per person.
No, 25 a piece in Philadelphia.
All right, can you see the game from where you're at?
Yeah, they got great seats.
What I'm talking about, if you go to get a decent seat, you got food and everything involved, you're going to spend $400 or $500.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Especially in Seattle, you're going to if you take a family, a wife and 2 kids, and you have food, you're talking around $700.
Okay, so that money is almost every team is sold out. Any of the major market, Green Bay, you have to get willed season tickets. That's the way it is. You get teams like that, and then if they go to take a Green Bay that would, let's say that Green Bay is going to play, it could be, generally probably would not be in their conference, so they're going to play somebody out of their conference. But if Green Bay would go overseas to Wembley Stadium and play, just think of Lambeau Field, everything that benefits from Lambeau Field. That whole town shuts down. That's all the money that's taken out of every hotel that sells out, every restaurant that sells out. All that.
Well, I'll give you the perfect example.
But all that dollars that come into there, it's great for the NFL, but it's great for the owners. But it doesn't do anything for that guy that's selling the sandwiches or that guy that runs the hotel.
That's a
I'm
big
going to
blow.
give you
Yes.
a perfect example. The New York Giants are going to London this year. They're playing, who the hell is it? They're going to London because it was going to be coming down to the Eagles or the Giants. If the Eagles lost, the Eagles were going to London. But the Eagles won, so the Giants are going to London. Because they take third-place teams. Anybody who's in the third place, they have to go to London to play a game. So, like, the Giants, who else was in third place last year?
I think Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay will be going to London. Who else?
I hope not the Bears.
I've heard the Houston Texans.
Well, didn't they? No, they went to the playoffs. They can't go.
Oh, okay.
Anybody who was in third place last year goes to London.
Oh.
Maybe it was Detroit Lions.
Mike can't go.
That isn't going to Detroit is like going to London, isn't it?
I think that's who's one of them.
Yeah.
Here, wait a minute. Give me a second. All right.
We might actually if we keep bad talking Detroit, Mike might call in. But you know what? I'm not going to take his call.
Mike might want his show back.
Yeah. But no, the thing I have a problem with the NFL doing that is they've completely disregard all the people that work for the team throughout the year. I mean, and everything around it. You know, they're in a host city. Like, let's say they want to move. Oh crap! Who is it? They want to move them out to California.
They want to move the Raiders to Los Angeles.
Okay.
I mean, Las Vegas.
So they want to do it, and the reason why they want to move them to Vegas because they feel that Vegas is going to build them a new stadium and help support the team even better than Los Angeles.
Yes. No, you know what? They can't do it.
Whether they can or can't, the reason why they move them to
You know why?
It's like Chicago. Chicago is there because Chicago supports that team. Green Bay's in Lambeau because Lambeau supports that team. But when they take that team and send them over to Wembley Stadium for one game, yeah, there's people coming to watch the game over there. But it doesn't do anything for the people here that are in Lambeau Field or, you know, whatever.
All right, first game in London is October the 2nd. The Colts against Jacksonville. And the time is real weird. It's like 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah. That's because,
you know what I mean?
That's because it's actually, what is it? It's 7 hours difference there. So you're looking at it's 2-something in the afternoon or whatever it is. You know?
Yeah, so it's like, that is the fourth week. I'm looking at the schedule as we speak. And you could tell Mike that he's playing my Eagles this year, so I don't want to get him upset. I lost on a little bet, but he didn't send me no Detroit stuff from Michigan. I can't wait. Man, I'm in Pennsylvania. What, you think they're going to sell Detroit and Michigan stuff here?
No.
You know what I mean? So it's like, how am I going to pay it back? You know what I mean? You sound like a cool show.
Go to a robot bookie. Yes.
Yeah, one with tits.
Why don't you ever go to a robot bookie, Joe? That's what I want to know.
Well,
yeah,
West Coast.
Yeah,
how can I put a muzzle on you?
A muzzle?
I will not be muzzled yet. I know they're trying to limit free speech on college campuses, but I'm not on a college campus.
Right. The next game that's in London is October the 23rd. The New York Giants against the LA Rams. That's not even. What?
Who did they play?
LA Rams versus the Giants.
Oh. Well, I'm going to put my money on the Rams right now.
This year's schedule, not. Then they play a back-to-backer. It's Washington against Cincinnati going to London the following week. The 30th, yet.
See, I just, to me, I hate that. Drives me nuts that they do that.
It's like they want to. It's like, for example, they're trying to come up with an idea where baseball goes to Puerto Rico every year.
They're trying to make
you
it.
Know,
they want to make it a world game because they think it's going to do is going to grow the game. When I don't think so. I think all it does is screw the people over that are already there supporting the league. Anytime you take it away from there, it's like my thing is like it's like Ford going making their trucks down in Mexico, and then telling me it's American made. You know,
like there it is. It's made in America, and I'm not taking away nothing from foreign people. I get along with everybody. I don't care if you're black, white, Puerto Rico, anything. But you're taking away from people's money. You know what I mean?
That's right. Because I don't care. I don't care what color your skin is, what religion you believe in, whatever. If you are a restaurant owner, a business owner here in the United States, and you would benefit from that team coming to your hometown here in the United States, you should. It shouldn't be going overseas to give the money away to somebody else.
And if you want to jump into the Republic thing, I'll gladly jump in there. Because my theory is, I'm going to ask you two questions. And this is a serious question. I don't vote for no one. And I'll be honest.
You don't vote for anybody?
No, I don't vote for nobody. They're all liars. They don't tell the truth. It's the same old game you hear for every 4 or 8 years or whatever.
Well, not voting isn't going to solve the problem.
Like, for example, I'm going to ask you these 4 questions, 4 people. My theory is Donald Trump, live wire. Never know what he's going to do next. Hillary Clinton, crook. And she's a crook. Barry Sanders or Bernie Sanders, and I don't have nothing against age or anything. He could be pushed to say whatever he wants, what they want him to do. You know what I mean? And the 4th one is Cruz. I don't trust him if I could throw him. So who do you vote for?
Well, the funny thing about Cruz come out, and was it yesterday or any
today?
Was it today where he's talking about the basketball hoop? And he was in Indiana, and he says the basketball ring, and I'm like, right then and there, that tells me you have no freaking clue about sports. What are you even talking about? You know, when
no
common
sense. Why are you? And it's like he got it. Did you watch anything of his press conference today?
I didn't see any of it today. I saw it. It was on, and I didn't. It was when he was talking about nominating or whatever, having Carly Fiorina being his running mate if he gets nominated. And I'm like, to me, that's like saying, well, since I finished first place in second, you know, that I'm going to nominate this person as my first loser running mate. That makes no sense.
Well, my theory is she don't got all her apples in the tree.
Well, he's mathematically eliminated. There's no way he can get enough delegates. So the only way he can get enough delegates is try to get Kasich to go, and both of them rally against Trump, so he can't get enough. And right now, they said, you know, they were talking about today, they said, rather than nominate, you know, say, hey, Carly Fiorina is going to be my running mate, why wouldn't he go after Rubio or Kasich, who both have about 150 delegates? that could help him. But the reason why they won't go for each other is because they all hate each other.
Well, right now, I heard rumors that Trump is working with, like, all the past people who want to help him out win. Like that doctor's with him.
Oh, Ben Carson? You're talking about Ben Carson?
Yeah, all these people are starting to jump on the Trump bandwagon. And I love him, because you know why? You never know what you're going to get from him. He says, and he gets the people to do what he wants them to do.
Mike and I...
I think Trump has brought a WWE mentality to politics. I find it refreshing.
Yeah, I agree. You know, that's the one thing is he's gone up there and but they try to turn his words into something like they call him a racist, and I'm like, well, what did he say that was racist? And they're like, well, he doesn't want the Muslims to come into the country. I said, well, that has nothing to do with race. That has to do with religion. And then they sit there and go, well, then he was backed by this KKK guy, and he didn't refute it. I go, well, he did refute it, but you don't want to listen to him refute it because he didn't refute it fast enough. All he did was say, well, who is this guy? I have no idea who he is, you know? I mean, if somebody goes, hey, Joe Pardini, I think he's going to be next president, and Joe's going to be like, who the hell is this guy? I don't know who he is. Well, look at Hillary.
I'll tell you that.
Hillary's got this guy from the KKK backing her that raised money for her. Do they talk about that? No.
Well, Hillary's got things going in her closet that no one wants to open.
This was one that just come onto Facebook just recently, just popped up. And this is, but I have to laugh because it's on a website called Hillary Daily. And it says, and I got to think that this has got some more credence to it, but this is Fox News. Catherine Herridge has recently informed by sources as to why the FBI has been so quiet about the matter of being Hillary, whether she's going to get indicted or not. It seems that Hillary Clinton is in serious trouble. Rep Mike Pompeo, who has a seat on the House Intelligence Committee, told Fox News, I can assure you the Intelligence Committee is working to determine the scope of any breaches that may result in improper handling of classified information. So it goes blah, 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 it goes on. It says Herridge explained how her sources are focusing on federal regulations to require damage assessment after classified information outside secure government channels, such as a personal email server. I don't know how they can get by with not indicting her. Because if they don't indict her, that's like saying she's way above being indicted. She's a different class of a person than everybody else. And I don't think that can be.
I agree. I think she should go right to jail. Right to the Pokey Land. She could go to Robot Land with West Coast.
Well, I don't think...
Well, but that's a minimum security prison, though. A minimum at best.
True. That's possible. But the thing about it is once she's been indicted, she can't run for office.
Yeah.
No, I take it back. Not true. Once you've been convicted, it has nothing to do with indictment.
Donald Trump already said he will sue to make sure she don't get to the White House.
Well, you could sue all you want. Doesn't mean they'll pick up the case. You know,
they'll drag that out in the courts. I mean, they'll drag that out till November.
Well, they'll drag that out till after she's probably gone up for re-election.
Yes.
Like there is, it's going to be an interesting little thing because, come on now.
The longer it goes, the closer it gets towards election. Super Tuesday in November. This is turning into a fiasco. But the thing I don't like is when all these, superstars or when not athletes, but you don't see the athletes saying too much. But you see all these famous people coming out going, "I'm going to move to another country if Donald Trump gets elected."
Canada is the number one choice.
You know
Canada,
what?
Yes.
It makes me want to do is him get elected even more, just so
Yeah,
most
right
of them
there
will
is.
move. But you see other countries like China and Egypt or Saudi Arabia and all that saying, if you elect Trump, this is going to happen. And I'm like, they're threatening us. So we're supposed to do is not elect this guy because they don't like him.
Yes, you've got foreign states calling in and saying, is there anything you can do to block Trump's nomination, especially from the Middle East?
You know why?
Because they're scared of him.
They upset the apple tree.
Oh, yeah.
Because our government is a little pussy. It's pussy. Because, come on now. You're giving money to a foreign country. What Trump wants to do is bring back jobs to the United States. Make money here, not go over there. You know what I mean? We are in the United States. And I bet you, Matt, well, West Coast, I don't even want to know. But and me, if I took all my clothes off, I bet you I'd be wearing China clothes. Right or wrong?
We're not on camera, and I don't want to know.
No, I'm not saying. I don't want anybody to know, but
your
I
stuff
bet
would
you,
probably be in Bangladesh or something like that, or whatever. I mean, they make a lot of things. For example, I'm a golf pro. That's what I do by trade. I run a golf shop. I sell golf merchandise. From the last, probably the last 15 years, I've been a golf pro for 20 more. But the last 15 years, none of the major golf companies can compete with each other, so they had to ship getting all their clubs made in China. They send the specs. Oh no! Everything is made there. It's crazy.
Yeah, so Trump,
for the longest time, Ping was the last holdout, and they finally got to where they could not afford to keep making them and make a profit. So they sent them overseas to China. But what bothers me is companies like Ritz, Nabisco, Carrier air conditioners. They're moving to Mexico.
About them, right?
They're moving to Mexico. And do you hear any of these Democrat companies or Democrats jumping out and saying, "Oh, these companies are leaving. That's wrong. That's wrong." But they bitch about. They go, "Oh, well, Donald Trump, his hats are made in China or something like that." I'm like, give me a break. Everything's made in China.
Well, no shit. I bet you everything in their house is made from China.
Well, everything in Hillary's house was stolen from the White House.
Oh, well, okay. I can say anything. I can say anything. I could be a pipe bomb. You know what a pipe bomb is, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, you never know. Bill might have kidnapped the young secretary and took her home with him.
Yeah, well, he's had a few young secretaries. There's a rumor has that every time Hillary would leave the ranch or whatever it is, every time she would leave, that Bill would had this. This is out of the office when he was out of office. That every time Hillary would leave, this little chick that he had on the side would come in, and the Secret Service called her the Energizer Bunny. That was her nickname. Yeah, I think he's. I don't know. He's got some health issues right now. Have you seen him lately?
Oh my God,
Bill.
I don't want to see him as the first lady. I don't want to see him as the first lady.
Well, he's lost a lot of weight. He looks a lot thinner, and he doesn't have the patience and the the moxie that he used to have. I don't know if he's coming down with
prostitute.
I don't know if he's coming down with Parkinson's or not because he's a little shaky. You just notice it from him. He looks he doesn't look as as polished as he used to be. And I mean, he was out screwing around. You never know. He might have Zika. You never know. And he might have all
Maybe he had sex with too many robots.
Speaking of that, right now, there is, I saw, I got to get that. Speaking of now, you're talking about,
All right, while you're looking up something, I got to update something. We're at the half. At the half, Golden State 59, Houston 37.
Wow.
Without Steph Curry.
They're loving
And I gotta wait. I'm getting the scoreboard for the Clippers and Portland game. And they say James Harden has 12 points only in the first half.
Wow.
Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm wrong. He has 25 points in the first half.
Oh, my God.
You know how many points the whole team has?
Klay Thompson.
12. 12.
Okay.
12 points the whole team has. That's not going to win you the game, huh?
Here you go. National Enquirer exclusive. Prince died of AIDS, they're saying.
Oh, hey.
It says Prince agonizing final days after AIDS diagnosis. And this is what they're saying. This is coming out of the National Enquirer. It says rock star Prince was diagnosed with AIDS 6 months before his death, but refused medical treatment, believing he'd be cured by prayer. He was very religious, from what I heard. It says the new issue of National Enquirer on newsstands just came out, and it talked about it. It said close friends of Prince have revealed to Enquirer reporters the tragic inside story of Purple Rain singer's desperate fight for life. Yeah, so this is an article coming out right now. It's got, I mean, you look at him, he was tiny, 5'2".
Jesus, that's all?
He was only 5'2". When he did Purple Rain, he was wearing high heels to make himself 5'4".
Holy smokes.
Yeah, he's just a tiny guy. You know, somebody asked me today, and they go, you know, they said, yeah, he was so small, and I go, he could pass off for a female. That's how small he is. I don't think he was, but I'm just saying.
Can I ask you a question? Was Michael on that side of the planet? Michael Jackson?
Well, Michael Jackson was a little taller than that. Michael Jackson.
But did he want to be a female?
I don't know if Michael Jackson wanted to be a female or if Michael Jackson was just. And everybody used to say, oh, he was, into child molestation and that. I mean,
yes, I heard about that. He was playing in Wonderland or whatever you call it, whatever his ranch was.
I don't know if Neverland Ranch. Yeah, I don't know if they ever proved that he did, but it was just very bad publicity for him, and he paid off a lot of families. But it was like the families, if you thought about it and you thought, hey, this guy something's going on. Are you going to let your kid go spend the time at the ranch with him? And they're like, well, for a couple mil, I will. I'm just like, how stupid are these families to let their kids go there?
And you know what? This world is. It proves my point. If you can send your kid or daughter, and I don't know if you have any kids, Matt, and I know
3.
West Coast, what?
I got 3.
All right. So, if let's say, for example, if you send your kid to Wonderland or whatever Michael Jackson land was called, what would you do to him?
They wouldn't be going to Neverland Ranch by themselves.
No, I'm asking you. They went to Wonderland. They came back and said, hey, Dad, Michael did some bad shit.
He touched me inappropriately. Well, Michael Jackson.
I hire a hitman.
Michael Jackson would look like a raccoon because I'd beat the crap out of his ass.
But the world is different because they said, "Oh, he's a millionaire. We'll just get a couple of grand and make our kids." You know what I mean?
If he would have touched my child, I'm a former police officer like Mike Allen was, and I'm a concealed carrier. I'm a Second Amendment advocate. I'm also a member of the NRA, member of the USCCA, which is the United States Concealed Carry Association. But if, and I said to my son, I said, why do you think I carry a gun? And my youngest son's 10, my older son's 17, and I got a daughter that's 21. And he says, to protect yourself. And I said, yes. I said, what else? And he goes, protect mommy. I said, and who else? And I said, and you. I said, because that's why I carry a gun. Because nowadays, you get idiots. Last night, we had a shooting that's 4 blocks from my house.
Wow. It's even bad. I read a report out of Delaware. You can't even go to church anymore. You can't even go to church. Somebody went into church and shot up a church. Come on, that's God's house. You know that?
Why do they go to there?
You know what I mean? It's like, why would you go in a holy place?
Because they don't think it's holy. They don't think with the right mindset that you and I do, thinking it's holy, we shouldn't go there. Why do these idiots go in to shoot up a school? Why do they go in to shoot up, rob a store that says no guns allowed?
They take advantage of the poor people.
Well, they don't.
You know what I mean?
Not just the poor people. They take advantage of the situation that they know that they're not going to have any resistance.
I think Hillary is going to come after your concealed and carry permit. She don't like the NRA at all.
No. The reason why she doesn't like the NRA at all because she wants to be, she wants us as a country to be dominated by the UN. They want to be. They want to be. They want us to be. She doesn't admit she's like Bernie Sanders that wants us under a socialistic government. They want to do is say, okay, you make $100. All right, give me the $100, and I'll tell you how much I'm going to give you back and let you live on. And that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They want to do is keep. She goes, I'm going to raise taxes a whole bunch. When does it stop? Why is
it? Well, it's sickening. People, my theory, I brought this up, and I'm going to go really off the border now. I'm sick of people who come in from other countries. Other countries now. I'm going to update you first before I get into this conversation. But our listeners might not like it because I don't know how my listeners are. Update time. Portland's up 71-69 with the end of the third.
How does that going way off the border?
What?
All right.
Well, no.
All right. If you ever, all right, I want people to answer or ask a question. Hashtag a tweet. No, hold up. So we can, if they got any, if they want to make a comment on anything we're talking about right now, and we're talking about this subject, hashtag a tweet, Arm Radio. I'll see it pop up on the tweet deck. I'll read your tweet live on the air. I don't care what it says. I'll read it live on the air. If whatever you want to do is make a statement as to what we're talking about.
If you want to call TV Joe an effing bomb, you can do that.
Yeah.
If you think West Coast is still having sex with robots, you can say that. And if you think Matt is a good host, you could say that.
So while we're there, and it's that time of the night, we're going to do is take a quick break. We're on just finishing our second hour of on the air.
Okay, I'm having fun too.
All right, well, we're going to take a real quick break, and I like playing this one just for Mike, just so I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's a 50-cent candy shop.
50 cents.
Yeah, he's a singer.
Oh, I was going to say, you think that Rock Night Monster for 50 cents?
Yeah. So we'll be right back.
So seductive. I take you to the candy shop. I let you lick the lollipop.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
Hey, Joe Rocks. It's Louis Avis, straight from Chi-Town. Call and talk about our website, www.hotsaucevault.com. We got everything you can think of out there, Joe. The hottest hot sauce is not for wimps, mild, medium sauces. We got barbecue sauces, snacks, some of our gift ideas and gag gifts, so you can go out and check us out at www.hotsaucevault.com. Hope to talk to you again on your radio show. Kick-ass show. Had a great time last week. Hope to hear from you soon. Take care, Joe. hotsaucevault.com.
How are you?
Tune in every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Straight Talk with Matt Hasley. Live audio on TuneIn Radio and Spreaker.com. Plus live video on Ustream.tv. From the demented minds at ArmedRadioGlobal.com.
Are you hangry? Know the signs. Uncontrollable yelling.
Why aren't you egg rolls?
Hallucination.
Sushi.
Pants discomfort.
I hate you, pants.
Hangry. It can happen to anyone. Fortunately, there's E24, the app that tells hunger to shut up.
Egg rolls. Thanks, Snoop.
E24. In my medical opinion, it's the best way to order food online, baby.
Hey everybody, Mike Allen here. You can hear me live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on TuneIn Radio. Or you can visit my website at www.ontheairwithmikeallen.com for more showtimes, updates, and replays. So remember, every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, on the air with Mike Allen, right here on Armed Radio Global.
And we're back on here with Mike Allen, and this is guest host Matt Hasley from Straight Talk. My show's every Monday and Friday. Mike made the mistake of asking me to substitute host for him, and we're trying to crash the show. We got 1 hour left. See what we can do. We can drive this right off the cliff. So he might never ask me again. So,
can I ask what your handicap in golf was?
Well, I was scratch, but I tried to qualify for several tour events. Never made it to them. I was more of a teaching, and I ran a facility. So
wow, nice.
I worked at it for one summer. Tried to qualify for several events, and just never got my game going good enough to do it. You got to spend. I mean, you can't have a real job and do it. You got to be. You got to give all the time for that. And a tour player, they hit balls 8 hours a day. 8-10 hours a day. I caddied for some major championship winners way back when I was a kid. And the day starts out daylight. They're there at the course. They're hitting balls. They're working on their game all day long. They go play, get done, hit balls again. At dark, I went home when I was caddying. That's it.
Wow.
If you want to be that good, that's what you have to do. And I mean, it's there's, I try to tell people anything you're going to be good at. You look at these guys that are good at martial arts, or they're good at UFC fighters. They're all in the gym working on it all the time. You got guys that are NFL players, NBA players. They're playing basketball. They're doing everything. That's what they do. You have to work yourself to that level. They're practicing all the time. It's not like
even long distance runners.
Oh yeah, we had the Boston Marathon just last week, and
last Monday.
And who won it? The I think it was like a trifecta. 1, 2, 3 was all from Kenya.
Yes,
and I mean that's what they do. When I was a police officer, I went through the academy. I had 2 guys that were friends of mine that they lapped us when they ran. They ran so fast. They ran 430 something miles, and I was it was almost like Olympic. And one guy was white and one guy was black, and I said to a friend of mine was, I said to him, I go, how the hell you run so fast? And the other guy was pushing him. Well, the one white guy I knew, he says, we lived on a farm and we did for fun. We ran. And I was like,
oh,
I don't know how you find that fun. I said, a lot of the things I do that are a lot more fun than running, But yeah, that's what they did. And he would fly. And I mean, my fastest mile I ever ran was 5:30.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
well, you know that the world record is 3 minutes, 43 seconds by a Moroccan runner named Haithman El Garouche.
It's just amazing they can run that fast.
You know what they ran in the London Marathon? Right after the Boston Marathon, they had the London Marathon. You know what the winning time was?
How fast?
2 hours, 3 minutes, and 6 seconds.
That's crazy. Did you hear on the space station? Was it that one Russian? They had him run the Boston Marathon up on the space station on a treadmill, and he ran for 3 hours and something on a treadmill.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know how you. Well, one, he probably used up most of the oxygen on the International Space Station. You think about that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, and to run for 3 hours on a treadmill is just got to be. And they had to strap him down. Because the thing about it is, there's no gravity, so he's floating around. So I mean that really had to feel weird to try to run for 3 hours with no gravity.
Well, I've studied track and field records and history extensively, and I can tell you a lot about different periods where different countries will dominate.
Here you go. Then I got. Here's a race for you. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. This is where I'm from, where they run the Bix 7. It's a 7-mile run, and it's one of the hardest 7-mile tracks because the first mile is straight uphill.
Ooh.
And they go. It's straight uphill. It's an incline like you wouldn't believe. And they get to the top of the hill, and then they run flat for a while, and then they go downhill for a little bit, and then the rest of it is all uphill coming back up, and then the last mile is straight back down that big hill again. And it's so hard if you ran 6 miles to run downhill because you want to fall. You're almost like it's pushing you forward. And the fastest I've seen they've had the Kenyans win it, and they've run it in 7 miles in like 28 minutes or something like that. It's just ridiculous.
Jeez, that's not bad.
Oh my, it's crazy. And they had usually they've had people dropping left and right. If it gets the humidity up here, it's in July, and it'll be so humid here that they'll be trying to spray people as they run by, with sprayers, and they'll have ambulances and everywhere. They have people dropping left and right. So yeah.
Whoa! Wow.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough run, and they do a Bix at 6 every Friday, all the way leading up for like the last 4 weeks of it, and they got ambulances standing behind, But you got to check it out. It's called the Bix 7-mile run, and it's in Davenport, Iowa, and it's most of Kenyans win it every year. It's I mean, they're just they're used to running in that hot, desert like or whatever they have. It's so dry where they're at and so hot that they're used to running in tough conditions.
Well, it's not really dry or hot. What they do is they train in a place called the Rift Valley, and it's high in altitude, so they get high altitude training.
What if they would run in Colorado? If that would help.
Yes, they. But it's strange. But the Kenyans, they're very good, and they seem to dominate quite a bit. But on the women's side, the fastest marathon ever run by a woman was by a British lady, Paula Radcliffe. She ran the marathon in 2 hours 17 minutes.
Wow,
which is outstanding.
We had I can't think of her name. I want to say she passed away. She was a big runner. I think she won the BICS several times. She used to come back.
I can't think of the last.
But they got they have a stone with her picture etched into it. Here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. Yeah, it's pretty well known run. They got Ed Froelic's the race director for the tournament, and they had one year they had like 20,000 people running it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Are any of these races on YouTube?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. You could probably go check it out. It's called the BICS. Let me see if I can find a link for it. But yeah, it's.
Oh, okay.
So Matt, tell me about your show.
Well, my show is every Monday and Friday. I do. We pretty much. I talk about everything. I talk about politics. I talk about gun control. I've had conspiracy theories. I've had you name it. I've had guys on I've had the world most authority on UFOs, Dr. Stanton Friedman, on. I've had
West Coast would like that.
Yeah, I've had Alejandro Rojas from OpenMinds.tv. I've had Bill Burns from UFO Hunters. I've had I'm trying to think. I've had paranormal people on. We've done paranormal, different. I've done live paranormal stuff. We've had Wolfgang Helbig on, and he came on and talked about the Sandy Hook conspiracy. I've had James Fetzer has been on. He's talked about JFK and Sandy Hook conspiracy. I had the guys on about 9/11 who did the movie Loose Change. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
Yes.
I had theories about that.
I'm trying to think. It was I just saw a thing post on it earlier, and I was going to say, because the 28 redacted pages, they've been talking about this thing being, a lot of crap going on for a long time. And
somebody. Go ahead.
But the race is actually July 30th, and if you go to QC Times, just QCtimes.com/BICS, and you'll see all about it. Huge. You can see it's got a big picture of everybody starting off it, and it's wall to wall the street with people. I mean, there's like 20,000 runners.
Wow.
So if you got it, you go on your computer right there and go to QCtimes.com/BICS, and or you go to Facebook.com/QCTBICS7, and you'll see it. It's huge. I don't know what their records were. Or they have, everybody gets a shirt and everything when they do it. It's pretty cool.
All right. Wow.
But getting back to my show, it was I'm trying. We had several shows. Mike actually did one. We had one of the guys that was on, and we had the two guys of the makers of Loose Change, and I'll think of their name. I'm trying to think of it right now, and I'm just escaping me right now. But great guys. They both came on. They came on for multiple shows, and then we had a debunker call in, and they were back and forth, and I mean there were some things that just they don't make any sense. You know, things that happen. It's kind of like Sandy Hook. As a police officer, to look at just breaking down Sandy Hook as a police officer looking at it, how it was reported and how everything was done doesn't make sense. So that, you know, we talked about all that, and it's just like JFK. If people,
and you don't talk about sports?
I do, yes. I talk a lot about golf. I talk about football. But I mean, I don't do the amount of sports that Mike does. I don't talk about because it's usually just me. I have people on, but it's usually not. It's usually if they're on, we're gearing them towards a different topic. I did have the tournament director for the John Deere Classic on, and talked with him. Claire Peterson is his name, and we talked about what's in store for the John Deere Classic in 2016. It was won by none other than Jordan Spieth last year, and he won almost $20 million this last year. So great season for him. Do I think he'll be back this next coming year? If he qualifies for the Olympics, probably not.
My theory is,
what's your favorite club? Is your favorite club to use a sand wedge?
He hold a sand wedge out of the bunker to win the John Deere Classic, so that would his first win. So yeah, and then he come back and won it last year. So yeah, there was a lot of people that were really rooting for him. They thought, you know, it would have been. He was storybook guy that they wanted to win, and then there's Zach Johnson, who was right there. A lot of people are really big Zach Johnson fan because he only lives 90 minutes from here. I mean, that's where he's from, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, which is really close. So they consider him a local hometown boy. He went to Drake.
Yep.
So
in the near future,
favorite club to use?
What's that?
What's your favorite club to use?
Oh, my favorite club is when it's working, the putter.
Oh, wow, the putter, okay.
Because if you putt good, it can make up for a lot of problems. Yeah, I had one round I was in a Pro-Am, I was playing with the guys, and I one-putted the first 9 greens. And the guys were like, holy crap, do you ever miss? And I finally got to a par 5, I hit it on the green in 2 and 2-putted, and they were like, what's going on? You know, they were like, you know, you took 2 putts there. What happened? You know, I think I ended up shooting like 68 or something like that, and won a little bit of money, but I mean, it was nothing major. And they, but it was your putting can save your day even when you play bad. I mean, that's why Tiger, when he would play bad, hit the ball all over the place and still score because he knows how to get it in the hole. He knows how to scramble. The old story is he could get it up and down out of a trash can. And if you're not a golfer, you don't understand that statement. It just means that his short game is so good that he can make par or birdies from places that he shouldn't. And
how long could you typically drive the ball yourself?
When I was younger, I hit it farther, but I was probably could I hit drives over 300? Yes. I typically probably about, probably in the 280, 290 range. And what I have a friend or a kid work for me. I'd say he's a friend, and I call him a kid. He's almost 30, and we went out to play one time, and he's just strong, good player. And I teed off, and I hit a good tee shot, and I had about 60 yards into this green. It was dead into the wind, uphill. He drove it on the fringe. And I was like, it made me feel like I was 90 years old. You know, I was just like, holy crap. But yeah, that's what you see. Some of these guys, they hit the ball so far. My son, who's 17, who is expected to be about 6'4", he hits the ball so far. It's without any effort. His arms, he's already right now 2 inches or 3 inches taller than I am, and that power that he can get through the ball, you can't teach that. You can teach people to swing hard, but that doesn't make them hit it solid and time everything.
Wow, that's is he on the high school golf team?
Oh yeah, I've been working with him really, quite a bit. But Dad's always doesn't. Dad doesn't know anything. I got to go see, my dad, who is a golf professional, who's pretty much a legend around here. He's in the Iowa Golf Hall of Fame, and he will go see his grandpa for lessons. And I don't blame him. Go ahead, because I'll tell you what, my dad is a great teacher. He's been teaching people forever. I'd love for him to go there and help him out, because a lot of times it's Dad doesn't know what he's talking about. Let's go see Grandpa. It's, you see these kids coming up nowadays and they hit it so far. A friend of mine, he's from Norway. Well, a friend of his won a Canadian Tour event, and also he's only like 5'8" at 5'9". He come to visit us, and he didn't bring his clubs. He goes, "You got any clubs I can borrow?" And I said, "Yeah, I got one of the kids that works for me. He'll let you borrow his set." So we went out to play, and he weighs about 140 pounds soaking wet, and he just crushes the ball. He's hitting it like 340, 330, and I'm like going, "What the hell where's this power come from?" He's so flexible, and his name is Morten Overland, and he ended up having wrist surgery, so I don't know if that derailed him. He was roommates with Henrik Stenson, who plays on tour right now, and I mean I don't know if he'll be able to get his game back to where it was, but God, it was just unbelievable to see a guy that's only that big just bomb the ball. You see these guys nowadays, they're coming out. The short guy on tour is long. They're hitting it so far. They train for, I don't know if you ever seen the guy, they called him Spider-Man. And Spider-Man, he would line up putts, and he would go almost flat to the ground. And Camila Villegas is his name. And he would when he would line them up, he'd put two fingers on the ground, hold his putter, and he would do this weird like squat where he'd with one leg under him and stretch out so he could line up the putts from lower. And to tell you the type of guy he is, he had never had pizza in his whole life.
Never had pizza.
That's it. They train for health conscious. I mean, these guys are training to be athletes, world-class athletes. And they didn't do that years ago. They didn't do that for baseball. Look at these baseball players nowadays. You see them get up there to bat, and they look like linebackers.
That's true, yes.
I mean, you looked at them way back when Pete Rose was playing and stuff like that. These guys weren't in the shape they are now. These guys are unbelievable athletes nowadays. They could play multiple sports, and they just choose to go. You look at Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija was a receiver for Notre Dame, and he chose to pitch. You get hit a lot less,
right?
And he's made a lot of money doing it. But
that's true.
Jumping in.
What's that?
Crazy Joe's got to jump in this conversation. He's falling asleep.
Well, get in here.
Well, you passed out.
I don't want to interrupt you. So I don't want to be rude. I'm usually rude, too. So.
Oh, you passed out. Don't give us that sleep stuff.
Hey, so now, Junior, I'm bringing I'm working. I want to know everything about your global radio. How? Let's say, for example, I'm bringing back an old show where me and West Coast used to do. It's called Total Chaos Picard.
Total Chaos for what?
Total Chaos Picard. Yes. PECAW. And we used to talk about wrestling, but I'm bringing it back into 4 different shows.
We have...
Where once you...
Hey, we have...
What?
Speaking of wrestling, here... I even sent Mike the message last week. God, I'm trying to think. He's a Quad City wrestler. He's from here. He comes and does a wrestling clinic for the WWE every year. It's
and what's his name?
I got to look him up now.
Is it Drake Younger?
Nope.
Seth Rollins?
I think it's Seth Rollins. Yep. Yeah, he's
his real name is he used to wrestle under the name Tyler Black out there.
Well, that's not his real name. His real name is Kobe Lopez.
Yeah, but he's got to use 2 different stage names.
Yep.
Because WWE...
He did a clinic April last year, and he comes back about every year, and he does he does a thing for for people, and they do like a wrestling clinic here. But
but he's got his own school too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's you don't normally know too many of the people or where they're from. I guess he was a high school grad from around here, and just kind of funny that he got into it. I used to watch a little bit of it when I was a kid. I used to watch when you had Vern Gagne and all them guys, and you had what was the?
You don't watch it now?
No, no. I'm too busy. I don't watch much TV at all.
Well, to me, it's I know the names because I seen the guys live. Like, for example, I seen Tyler Black. He wrestled at Ring of Honor. I seen Austin Aries, Ring of Honor. Roderick Strong, Ring of Honor. Drake Younger, who's out your way. He's not going by the name. That's his wrestling name, Drake Younger. He's a referee for WWE right now. He's wrestling in NXT. And he used to wrestle at CCW and IWA Mid-South out your way. You had a lot of great wrestling out that way in Iowa.
Well, you had a lot of guys that also wrestled, college wrestling, not WWE, but this is a big...
No, I'm talking about independent wrestling.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about college wrestling. It was huge. There's a lot of guys that were like, what's the big wrestler who came out of, was it Iowa State?
Anderson.
Yeah, he was what, Iowa State? You look at this whole Midwest. You got Minnesota, Ohio State, Iowa State, and
wasn't Kurt Angle out of that?
What's that?
Kurt Angle was from Pennsylvania.
But you look. Iowa just what they do? I think they just got the top 2 wrestling guys in the country to go to Iowa from Ohio State. They were Ohio State, these blue chippers, as they want to call them, or whatever it was, that for wrestling, and they chose Iowa. It's very big. Well, Iowa had that wrestling. They set the record last year for the most attendance. It was like 42,000. They had a wrestling meet before the Iowa game. The football game, they had it outside. Yeah, they set a record.
Did you ever go to an independent wrestling show?
No.
And I'm going to tell you this. I've been, my buddy who runs a podcast show, his podcast show is called The Uncle Mike and Tom Show. Great dudes. You should take a listen. But an independent wrestling show is great. I go and see it. Well, I haven't gone for a while, but I love a company called the Combat Zone Wrestling from, it used to be in Philadelphia. Now it's going to be down in, it's in Jersey. But there's a death tournament coming up in, June. There's one company, John Zandick's running one, and CZW's running one called Tournament of Death. They use light tubes, barbed wires, anything you could think of. It's like insane, and I've seen it all. And I could tell you one story. One guy, his name is Nick Gage. He almost died in a ring because they set up 100 100 tubes of light tubes. They set them around the ring, and when they threw them through the light tubes, the light tube hung up. And when they came across again, he cut his upper arm. You know what that means, right?
Yep, sever that artery there.
Yeah, so he was bleeding out. He was wearing a you can look that up on your YouTube page. He faced Nick Gage against Thumbtack Jack. I can't remember what year that would be. That would be TOD.
Well, I watched him flip a guy out of the ring one time, and he was supposed to land, and he landed on his neck. And it was all set up, and he landed on his neck, and they immediately took him off on a stretcher. I mean, they didn't mess around.
Like, it's sick, and people say, well, I hear people say, oh, wrestling's fake. If you land the wrong way, it's not fake.
Well, they have.
I know. I know it's all
to me, yeah, they have predetermined winners. But yes, these guys are acrobatic as ever for some of the stuff they do. Yes, but you know what? I do enjoy watching, and I'll like right now. I got it going on TV right now out of the corner of my eye. Is the UFC? And
oh yes, it's great.
And the thing is UFC actually started here in the Quad Cities, and that's where they started. And they got the guys to sign on with it, and then it evolved into what it is now. I don't know. Well, there's a few people I know, but I mean, boxing is lost popularity. I mean,
well, you know what? When it lost, it's props. And I'm not blaming Mike Tyson. I'm not blaming anything. But after Mike Tyson bit the guy on the ear,
Evander Holyfield, yeah.
Yeah, it was Evander Holyfield.
You ever see the movie Scary Movie when he's biting all the ears off and they got the big pile of ears in the middle of the ring?
Yeah,
that makes me.
It was Cactus Jack. Yes.
Yeah, you just laugh.
And while we're talking about this, I think prices for pay-per-view is really off the hook. Come on. You're going to pay for a boxing fight. And let's say, for example, the main event is you against Mike Allen. And the fight goes 30 seconds. I'm not saying who's going to win.
Yep.
It goes 30 seconds. Somebody who paid $50 is pretty pissed because they figured they'd see a longer fight.
It's like robot sex. If you bought a robot and you went to have sex with it, you paid $50 and it lasted 30 seconds, you got what you paid for, you know?
That's true.
But you look at, talking about Mike Tyson fights were way back. This is back in the 80s, late 80s or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Tyson was a beast. Well, get a load of this.
He could knock somebody out in 30 seconds or less.
Well, he did. Friend of mine, this is way back when you had to go someplace and watch the fight live, and they would stream it in. You paid money to go there. Well, they went to this. It was called Quad City Downs. It was a off-track betting, and they had trotter races and stuff like that. Well, they go there to watch this fight. He goes to get a drink in the first round, and he's on his way back from getting the drinks. All he hears is, "Whoa!" Everybody cheer. He missed the whole fight.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit. You know what I mean? You can't
he was so pissed off.
Yeah, you paid $50, you missed the fight. You know what I mean? It's like even sometimes he would come out and knock that guy out in 5 seconds or tops.
When he got beat by Buster Douglas.
Yes, and
he
some
got
people say it's a
screwed.
fluke.
He got screwed because he knocked Buster Douglas out for about 14 seconds, and they didn't start counting until about 5 seconds after Buster was down. Yeah, I mean,
Can I ask you a question? You just brought up a perfect example of a screw job, or where the money was lied on.
oh yeah, I guarantee you somebody made a ton of money off of that. But
Come on now, Buster Douglas. And after Buster Douglas fought Tyson, he lost his next fight, and you never heard of him again, did you?
no, yeah, it's almost as bad as the No-Mas fight against Sugar Ray when who was it, went No-Mas and he gave up on the Sugar Ray fight because he got. They were saying he had broken ribs and everything, but it was. Oh God! It was the
that was Hands of Stone. Roberto Duran,
and he gave up. He said no mas, and he gave.
Yes.
He said that they were talking about his ribs were broken and stuff like that. That was against Sugar Ray Leonard. And everybody used to watch fighting back then. I watched it. I used to. I
do too, and I
used to watch Ali. I used to watch Ali. I hated when he fought Ken Norton.
I started watching again because it's on NBC. It's called what they said, Premier Fighting or whatever that's called. Is it Premier Fighting?
Premier Fighting Channel, yeah.
Well, no, it is the Premier. They're trying to survive boxing again, but there's only a couple good boxers left. There's Pacquiao.
You got Pacquiao who's lost already how many times, and they still keep bringing him back out. And then against what's his name, the
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, so
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I'm drinking right now, so don't worry. It's cool. It's cool.
He was going up against Otis, the town drunk.
Hey, I watched that fight. I watched that fight against Pacquiao, and it was like I was watching two guys dancing.
Yeah, they were there.
You know what I mean? It was like I paid $60 to watch two guys dance.
Well, they were doing his. Hey, if you want to do that, just go to Target.
Yeah. So what does Mayweather need to beat the record of who is it? He has to get either 2 more wins to get past Rocky
Marciano.
Yeah.
Yeah, his undefeated streak.
Yes.
What's his undefeated streak?
I think he was 48-0.
And Mayweather is what? 46, 47?
The same. Yes.
So he needs. They're thinking he's going to fight some nobody, and then maybe fight Pacquiao again.
Yeah, I saw that where they were talking about the Pacquiao fight again. And I mean, it's insane how much they make off that fight.
Oh yeah, it's like, come on now, and I'll guarantee you that either one did come out with a bruise on their face. You know what I mean? None of them really got their head beat at skin.
Did you see
But
that the last fight before, where the one guy, after the fight, they had to take him to the hospital, and the guy quit breathing or whatever? They were talking. It was just a recent fight. They had to take the guy to the hospital because he quit breathing.
Was that the Russian?
Yeah.
Fight. He's like he's. I got the fights for the upcoming match. I can't say them right. The one box is like 64-4. Portland beat the Clippers 108-98.
Wow.
And well, you would think Golden State would be close. They're blowing out Houston by 30.
Well, Houston just is like falling off the. I mean, they just can't do anything now.
Yeah, it's like they gave up. And just take the money. Everybody, I'll bet you right now, because I love to gamble. That's what I do. I bet you everybody put their money on Houston because of Stephen Curry not being in the game.
Probably took the points in Houston, and they're going to lose their ass.
Yeah, 9 points. The spread was 9.
I bet you they took the 9 points in Houston and just are going, what the hell?
Yeah. I would have never thought that Houston get their ass back.
Well, now I wonder what the point spread will be for the next game.
Oh, it's going to be down low, and people put their money on, no, Houston's gone. They lose here, they're gone.
Really?
Oh. It's 3 games to 1.
Oh, yeah. Well, then they're going to do is you're going to look at, Houston being done. They're done tonight already. So then you're going to see, probably 2-3 games or 2-3 days before they start the next series. So you might get Curry towards the end of that next series if he's healthy enough.
Well, right now, this is what San Antonio is playing.
Portland, I believe.
What?
Oh, no, they're not playing Portland.
They're playing Oklahoma City.
Oh, all right.
And then the winner of Golden State against the Clippers in Portland, they'll play Golden State. So just thinking, Portland's down. They're 2-2. And how they play this out, let's see. Let me think now. Today's Wednesday. The Clippers won't play until Friday, Sunday. That series won't start until maybe Thursday or Friday of next week.
Wow.
And Curry will be back, the second game?
Yeah. They're going to need him.
I mean, it's like...
They're going to need him, though.
Yeah, because... And I can't see Portland losing to the Clippers. You know what I mean? They just beat 108-98 with Portland. And it's like, how do you try to win the championship with 2 guys missing? You can't. But get back to the boxing, what you call it, I just, everybody lost interest because even they had that Great White, and I don't know if West Coast knows. You remember the Great White? West Coast.
The Great White?
Yes, they thought he was going to be the next big thing in boxing.
Oh. Then you're talking about, it was, you talking about the one they thought he had AIDS?
Yeah, he had AIDS. And he played in Rocky.
And he denied that. He said he denied that. He was a southpaw.
He played in Rocky 5, 6,
yeah,
probably more.
Yeah, but he denied that. He said he didn't. He said that was a misstatement.
Who's got the echo?
I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it. It's
you got the
thundering.
echo?
It's thundering like crazy here right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we got some boomers going on right now.
So, Matt, you're going to come back and join us again.
What's that?
Are you going to come back and join us again?
Oh, on Mike's show?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm on every Monday and Friday on my own show. I help do the audio production of Joe's show on Thursday night, And occasionally when Mike, he doesn't have any guests or needs some, he'll ask me to stop by, and hey, I have no problem if I'm around. I don't mind talking sports. I don't mind talking about all kinds of I do a lot of the whacked out crazy things. Mike always gives.
Hey, we didn't go crazy on you, did we?
No. I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. So
no, we didn't. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I do need to know a little information, and I don't think I hope I'm not going to step on no one's toes. So how does it work for Global to get on a show for Global?
How long have I done it?
No, how do you get on?
Well, talk to Joe. Talk to Joe's the head guy. Joe Rocks. He's Night Talk with Joe Rocks. I'll give you his. Mike and I can both give you his information. And yeah,
because I was thinking about doing 4 different channels. There was one on Blog Top, and I want to hear your opinion on all 4 of them. Blog Talk, tell me about it.
What's the one?
Blog Talk Radio. Yeah.
Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk. Yes, they do. You could do your shows on their shows on their radio station.
Well, you have different ones. You got Spreaker, you got Blog Talk, you got.
Yeah, I need to know because I don't know how. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how to produce a show.
Well, it all depends. There's multiple ways you can produce it. You can record it and then put it up, or you can do it live like we are now. See, we're broadcasting on 2 platforms. We're broadcasting on Spreaker.
I don't know how to do that.
I know, but if you ever get involved with doing Joe's show, we can always help you. I mean, that's easy. There's always help. But and even if you don't, I can always help you. Just to get the idea and understand what to do. But I actually, when I do my show, I'm on 3 platforms. I do. Mike's scared of the camera. I do live video at mine at the same time.
Me, I did. If you look at Total Chaos Picard, I'm the guy upside down because I do it off the laptop.
Yeah,
you know how the laptop.
I got 3 computers going. I got multiple screens. I got green screens. I got all kinds of stuff. We got Twitter feed going. We got I got one feed. I got multiple audio things going. I mean, this is a major setup when you look at all this different stuff I have. I got.
So I want to ask you a question. Being honest now, I heard Blog Talk Radio, and I hope I'm not disrespecting ARM Radio.
No, I'd have to check them out. I don't know too much about them. I'd have to look them up, and let me look them up, and I'll give you my opinion. Because I know some other guys that do podcasts, and they do them on different other places, but they share their feeds.
They said all I have to do is put the show up, and they put it up for you. You don't even have to do anything.
Well, that's because you're recording it and then giving it to them. Yeah.
Yeah, and they said, and the only bad thing about this, let's say, for example, you and Mike. Say you want to do, let's say, I don't know how long you guys are doing this. How long are you roughly doing it?
How long is my show?
No, how long have you been doing this? How many years?
I've been doing it for over 2 years.
So you're like, what, 100th anniversary coming up soon?
Okay, I couldn't even tell you. I didn't even count them. But I have.
Well, I'm just.
But it's funny is I haven't even thought about it. I talk about my 100th show or whatever. I don't think about it. But I was for a while there. I was doing. It was so funny. I've done 4 shows in a week at one time. I mean, it doesn't bother me to get on. I can find enough information to talk about for. I've done 4 or 5 nights in a row. But yeah, I do my show every Monday and Friday, and I've been doing it that way for Oh God, well over a year now. I'm probably almost closer to 2.
Well, what I heard is Blog Talk says that once they put it up on their channel, they own that.
Yeah.
So,
see, that's the thing is that it is because if you're putting it onto theirs, onto their feed, they own the content of that show. I mean, you could stream it somewhere else, but once you give it to them, you've given up the rights to it.
So that means if, let's say, for example, I ran 100 shows, I can't go back and cut pieces up of my other shows.
You could do the same content, but the thing I'm talking about is that show. They're not going to go, well, I want you to take it down. We're going to delete it. No, you put it up there in faith that now it's theirs. They'll if they want to, and they want to make that their, you're putting it on their server in the agreement that they have the control over it.
Yeah, because I don't know how to produce a show or anything like that.
It's not hard. It just takes time to get to understand it. But yeah, I mean, talking to Mike off the air, it's probably more, people that understand.
Because how somebody told me when you're doing it with Blog Talk, you could screen calls by using your laptop.
Yeah, you can. There's ways you can do it with. You can do that with Spreaker too, and you're doing it with Skype, and yeah, there's a way you can set it up, and you see the numbers come in.
Because I'm doing it off the laptop, and I don't.
Yeah, there's multiple ways to do it, but you have multiple inputs, and there's tons of different ways to do things. There's more than it's like they always say. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So there's all kinds of things that you could do. Different ways you can connect in.
So what's the hour range?
What's that?
What's the hours? Like what? How many hours would I get?
I don't know. You'd have to. Depends on how long you want to do it for. Do you want to make? Are you doing? Are you? I don't know. You'd have to talk that out with him. I mean, that's not.
Well, here's my plan. I want to do an hour worth of wrestling, an hour worth of sports, and I was thinking of doing an hour worth of medical field. And I don't know how old you are, and that's not my gig to know.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to be 52.
So I'm 44.
You're a youngster.
I'm 44.
I'm going to be 18.
I don't know if you.
What?
I don't know if you.
I'm going to be 18.
Yeah. You're up way past your time.
Okay. So if you're 18, you can't be on this show.
He's joking.
Yeah, I know that. I'm joking too.
He wants to have an 18-year-old sex robot.
Yes, 18-year-old sex robot. But get back to it. You remember
Hey, we'll talk about it some other time on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about how to get you on a show and do all that stuff because, we got other things we could talk about. We got 5 or 6 minutes left of the show. We don't want to bore people to death for how to do a show.
You said you wanted to crash Mike's show.
Yeah, well, no, we've already done that.
We already did that. Yeah, so we got 5 minutes left in the game. Can we hang on for 5 minutes?
Yeah, can I get in, Coach? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. But no, you were talking earlier about Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she...
Yes. Oh, I want to bring back what I was going to say. All right, I'm not going to disrespect anybody. All right, if you want to play with Hillary Clinton's rules, then they should play by American rules. And and I'm not a racial person. I like blacks, whites, Puerto Ricans, China, whatever. If you come to America, you should play by the same rules. Like say, for example, you own your own golf store, right?
Shop, yeah.
Yeah, a shop, store. You have to pay taxes.
That's right.
You don't get a 6-year break and say, hey, I want to give this to my next family member.
Yeah, I understand. You don't want to do is open a business and give them a break. I understand that. I think everybody should.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be rude.
Well, they're doing that in New York right now. They're trying to do that. New businesses, they'll give them 10-year tax break, and I'm like,
it's like
they're trying. They're trying to teach you to do business there, and I understand what they're trying to do, and some businesses, the big businesses, they're trying to do give them, let them levy their taxes and give them a break. But, they screw over the small business just so the big business will come there. But, no, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean by that.
If you come out of another country and you come into this, and I live where there's a lot of convenience stores and a lot of donut shops and everything, and like I said again, and I hope there's no foreign people listen to the show. I'm not trying to disrespect you. My theory is people who are hardworking people.
Well, they just want it to be. You want it to be even. You want to be a fair playing field.
It's be even.
And I understand.
I mean, it's like you come into this country, you're getting everything for free. And a person who's been here for 30 years, they worked their ass off. They didn't get that break. You know what I mean? They worked their ass off. They're giving school taxes. They're giving property taxes. They have to pay their insurance for employees and everything else. And it's like, where's our money going?
Well, there was an article exactly on the same line you're talking about. What happens is somebody makes $25 an hour. When you factor it out per year, it's $52,000 whatever dollars a year. Well, when you take the taxes out of it, now it's down to $31,200 a year after taxes. And then you take the person's rent, their car payment, their blah, 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 and they list it all the way down. When they get it all the way down, there's like about $7,000 left. Well, you get a guy that's working $15, making $15 an hour day labor that's not paying taxes. They're getting paid under the table. They're making $31,200 a year. And then they're sending their kids to free schooling, and they get free medical, and they get free this. And then they say, well, we don't have any money. So what do? They put them on food stamps, and they give them all the, and they're still making $31,000 a year, which would have been the after-tax rate that the guy that was making $52,000 a year, who's paying all the taxes. And this guy acts like he's not paying taxes, but he's really making out like a bandit.
Well, no, I'm not going that direction.
Put on food stamps. Some of our troops have to be put on food stamps.
I'm not going that.
I know, but when I was a police officer down in Texas, I worked 2 side jobs for apartment complexes. And I would go to these apartment complexes in San Antonio, and they were government-subsidized apartments. And Mike could tell you that where they are is that you would go to them, and they would have nicer cars than I was driving.
Oh, yes. And it'd be like, how the hell can you afford that? I can't.
They'd have brand new Silverados and brand new, you're just like, how the hell can you afford a, $30,000-$40,000 Silverado, and you're supposed to be indigent? You have no money.
Yeah. So can we go an extra 5 minutes?
Yeah, I don't care.
All right. So here's my theory. Now you got me jacked up for something. For example, now we just talked about the foreign people
up is better than off.
So, what do you think about the Pennsylvania or the lottery itself? Let's say, for example, you won $200 million. You took your taxes out for that $200 million, and a year later, somebody says, "Hey, you got to pay for that money again."
What I don't like about the taxes is on let's say somebody wins $100 million. All right.
Yes.
He pays roughly 50% in taxes. So he gets $50 million after it. Then when he gets done after that year, now he has to pay $50 million on income again. So he has to pay 30% of that $50 million that he made just right again. So that's what I don't like, is they tax the living crap out of it. It's not a $100 million lottery. It's about a $30 million lottery when it's all said and done.
Well, technically it can't be even that because...
Well, they're going to tax you at a higher rate than 30%. You're going to be in probably the 45% tax rate.
Well, so and you know, this is how it is. Let's say, for example, and I'm not trying to make fun of you, West Coast. West Coast wins $100 million. West Coast wins He wins $100 million. They take out what? He would get 50, right? Or no?
Well, the state would automatically take so much right off the bat.
No, that's what I'm trying to get at. How much would they take out so he would have for his pocket?
I don't know what...
That depends on what state you're in.
Yeah, California's higher.
Well, he's in Washington, right?
No, I mean, yes.
He's in Washington. How much would they take out of him?
I'm not sure what they take out in lottery winnings.
I bet it's got to be right off the bat. I bet a guess is about 50% right off the bat.
Yes,
probably 50. Just say you have $50 million. Just say $50 million. So let's say West Coast goes a little nutty. West Coast goes a little nutty, and he buys. How many robots would you want in your house, West Coast?
I would not. I would set up a robot biosphere.
You would have a robot business.
Biosphere, yes.
I need to know how many robots would you want?
One good one.
Well,
that's
I'd have a robot butler. Yes.
One good one.
All right, that's one. Okay, do you need a sex partner?
No, why have you saddled me with this idea that I want a sex robot? I just want robots to be an option for the American people from an anarchistic standpoint.
No, well, I'm trying to solve this point. Let's just say West Coast wants to have sex with freaking 50 robots. And then West Coast has no more money. A year later, the government comes back and say, "Hey, West Coast, you owe us so-and-so money."
You know what he does?
I'd say up yours. Yes.
Yeah, you know what he does? He sells time with each of the robots for all these politicians and makes his money back.
I'd be a man. I'd be a prostitute man.
Yeah, and he actually is not selling. It's not like he's selling a prostitute for sex. He's getting them to use their robot. It's just like somebody going into a gym and working out of a piece of equipment, you know. So just think of the money he could make off of that.
Yes, I do like Heidi Flight.
So, Matt, did you have fun with us tonight?
What's that?
Did you have fun tonight?
Oh yeah, I have fun on all of my shows. So, I mean,
well, you thought you were gonna come in ambushed, huh?
No. See, the thing about it is you don't know me very well. Mike, I called Mike today. Mike says, "Hey," he sends me a message back. I called him, and he sent me a message back that he was busy taking a crap. He says, "I'm taking a dump." He says, "I'll call you later." So it went to voicemail, and I said, "I'm looking at gay porn. I'm looking at gay porn. I'm looking at gay porn." I said, "God, I hope you're listening to this message over the speaker." and he's like, "Nice," you know, because I wanted him to be listening to it while he's in there taking a shit over, you know, listening to it from the speakerphone, and somebody be like, "What?" you know. So yeah, Mike and I, we go back and forth, you know, giving each other crap. So yeah, I have no problem.
Well, I didn't know if Mike, because I'm the crazy one. I love to. Mike says I never stay on target.
No,
that's true. You never do.
No,
yeah, well, that's all right. But
the only target you've stayed on as robot sex all night. Hell, you scared off what's her...
Yeah, we scared off her.
The vagina thing, yes.
Yeah, vagina power. Yeah, I don't know what she...
Hey, just think she ain't gonna want to have her vagina power anymore.
I was shocked. All of a sudden, she just hung up. So I'm probably going to get crap.
Man, there's one guy wanting sex with robots. That's it. I can't stay on the show.
Yeah, she probably was like, "Whoa, what am I getting into?" You know, she, Joe's probably going to give me some crap about it tomorrow. But hey, he says, yeah. He goes, have her on, have her do a little spiel, and I was waiting for her to start talking, but she wouldn't say anything. So
she was like, one guy wants to have sex with robots. Right. I hope I didn't get you in trouble, my friend.
No, I'm not worried about it. Hey, what the hell? You only live once.
You know, I mean, because it's all fun.
No.
You know, I mean, if you can't have fun, what the hell are you going to do?
That's right. Well, we are 6 minutes over.
And we got a minute left in the game.
Hey, you know what? My longest show I ever did, 5 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh, I could go 5 hours.
Yeah.
You want to go 5 hours? We can do it.
You could go, but I'm not gonna.
Yes.
Yep. So
I think
I want to thank you guys. We're gonna do this call it a night. I want to thank you guys for coming on, putting up with me for a little over 3 hours, and thanks for helping me out. And we had a good time. Hopefully, we didn't destroy Mike's show too bad.
Okay.
I mean, we might have, but it was his. Hey,
and Mike might want you to come on every Wednesday. Hey, just think, Mike might want you to come on every Wednesday night to try to control us.
It might be, he might have made a mistake asking me to sub for him, but hey, that was his choice.
Yep.
So,
hey, I'm going to hold you up here, my young friend.
Young? What do you mean? You're the young one.
Oh, well, we got only 30 seconds. I'm going to take you right to the final buzzard on this. We still have some raps to do. The West Coast. Tell our listeners.
I think Mike wants to hang up. Matt wants to hang up, I think.
No, shut up. Just keep going. Tell your listeners what your state is all about.
What my what?
Your state's about. Portland. What is it all about? What show are you going this weekend?
Tacoma, you mean?
Yes. You go to wrestling shows, right?
Oh, sure.
You only got 20 seconds left to
He's trying to do is get it to the end of this game so he can tell us the score.
Yes, so come on, let's go. We got 21 seconds. Let's go.
What's the score right now?
What's that?
What do you got going on in Portland this weekend?
Oh, well, probably blue-collar wrestling at the North Portland Eagles. I usually go down there and watch wrestling, yes.
And who's going to be on the show?
Oh, you might have the Eastern Assassin, Defula Dabashi.
And is he the champ?
And then I'll probably just stare off into space and weep for all humanity.
And maybe you'll have sex with robots. But that's it for you. And the final score is Golden State 114, Houston 81. And that's a wrap for me.
14-81. Oh my
yes.
God.
No, and the spread was, remember, the spread was 9 points. And the original spread.
Wow.
How much money did you lose on that game?
I didn't lose money.
33 points. God.
And the original spread was 13 points. You tell me the bookies don't have their fingers in the game?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
yeah, people lost a lot of money.
Yes.
Hey, just think, West Coast. You don't get to lose your robot tonight.
I probably won't be able to afford a robot.
Yeah.
I mean, I might make my own.
Hey, all you robot fans, say goodnight, and we'll you guys, I'll talk to you guys probably. I'll make an effort to stop by on the air with Mike Allen next week, on next Wednesday night, as the big thunder, rumble of thunder goes again. We're getting the storms all that went through earlier this morning in Oklahoma and all through that. But yeah, we're supposed to get some, I don't know, possible good big ones tonight. But everybody have a great night, great week, and I'll see you guys, some of you guys, for Straight Talk on Friday night. And
hey, can I ask you a question before you leave? And I'm not holding you up. What's your phone number? Because I never could. Mike never knows your phone number.
Mine's, what they do is they call into the 1-866 225-5401. Yeah, 225.
Hold on. Yeah.
5401. It's the Arm Radio Global number. It goes
so
right.
If West Coast and me comes on, you won't kick us off?
No. Why would I kick you off? Yeah, call in. Call in Friday night. I'm on at 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 Eastern, and it'll be West Coast. It'll be 7 o'clock.
So remember that, West Coast. We can ambush for I'm drunk.
No. I can't believe it.
I can't believe your name. I can't. Matt.
Yeah, I'm.
We can ambush Matt, and then we can get Matt drunk so he can talk like us.
Yeah. No. Well.
All right, my friend. Have a good night.
Yep. You guys, thanks for coming on.
Yes, please.
And Mike will be listening to the replay going, holy crap.
He's going to say, holy shit.
Yeah.
They fucking crashed my show.
Yeah.
He'll need to get drunk to listen.
Yeah, that's right. He'll be drinking going,
you know the funny part about it? That poor lady who thought she was coming on to talk about her vagina, she didn't even stay on 5 minutes.
No.
She was gone in 2 minutes.
She couldn't handle it.
All I had to do is say West Coast was having sex with robots.
Oh, my
she
God.
Was
I can't. I couldn't have scared her away.
Yeah. And that's it, my boy. This is the wrap.
All right. Have a good one.
See you later, guys.
Them boys are crazy. Hey, it's been real. On there with Mike Allen. It won't be the same.